Good evening. It's Friday. This is over and over and over again. It is not the Arsenal Women's Show this week. It is, of course, Matchday Live. They've put a game on instead, so we can't bring you the show, but we will bring you the game instead. It is, of course, a big game from the WSL, Everton versus Arsenal. Arsenal, of course, need to bounce back from the FA Cup defeat. The top three is still there for the taking. We need all 3 points tonight. How are we going to get on? Come with me and let's find out. So good evening. It is, of course, Matchday Live, as we said, from Walton Hall Park. It is Everton women versus Arsenal. What is the team news? That is what you're asking yourself, isn't it? Well, wait no longer. This is the team. So there's 3 changes for Arsenal, starting in goal. Manu Zinsberger, of course, we know. Daphne Van Domselaar has got a concussion. She might not be available for Real Madrid either. The back 4, no changes. Emily Fox, Leah Williamson, Steph Catley, Katie McCabe. There's 1 change in midfield. It's Kim Little, Frida Marnham, and Leah Volti comes in for Kyra Cooney-Cross. And in the front 3, there's another change as well. We've got Mariota Caldense, Alessia Russo, and, of course, Chloe Kelly, who was, of course, cup-tied, for the Liverpool game. So she is back. On the bench, there's goalkeeper Naomi Williams. We've got Amanda Illerstadt, Jenna Niswanger, Kyra Cooney-Cross, Vicky Palova, Lena Hurtig, Beth Mead, Caitlin Ford, and Stina Black-Stenius. So that is your Arsenal team for this game for Everton. And then in goal, it is Courtney Brosnan. Their back 4, we think, is going to be Karen Holmesgaard. It is going to be Sveinvek. It is Fernandez and Melja. In midfield, it is Hayashi, Hayley Ladd, Snodger, and Justine Van Hoovermar. And up front, it is Tony Payne, and Kelly Gago. So what do you make of them team lineups? So what do you make of the team lineup for Arsenal? A few changes, 3 changes, 1 enforced to the goalkeeping situation. Of course, we know poor old Daphne has got a concussion, so she's not going to be able to play probably not even the first leg in Madrid. That's a worry, isn't it? Because although she didn't have her greatest game ever at the weekend, she is still a fantastic goalkeeper. Duncan's with us. He said, old badge, old grand, old teams were so much better than today's equivalents. Totally agree, my friend. Absolutely 100%. I totally agree with you. Angie's with us. How you doing, Angie? Good to see you. Greg as well is with us as well. How you doing, Greg? Good to see you, my friend. He says, not a great team. Kim and Wally in midfield and Manu in goal. I think we'll struggle. Yes, I must admit it is a little bit of a concern. Maybe I can understand to a certain degree the goalkeeping situation. Daphne, unfortunately, isn't able to play, but yeah, I don't like that midfield. I've got to be honest. That is our problem area, isn't it? And I do feel that if we are going to strengthen in the summer, which we'll need to, that's got to be the area that we look at, hasn't it, really? Everton are a strange team. They've got some good players, and you always look at the Everton team and think, you know what, they should be doing better than what they are. They should be higher up the table, but they are where they are. They tend to be in the same sort of place every year. But let's not worry too much about them. We struggled. We've drawn our last 2 games of Everton. Of course, this fixture last season, if you remember, we took a late lead with Leslie Russo's goal, and then they equalised in stoppage time. And then, of course, it was a 0-0 draw at the Emirates, of course, in the very, very last embers of Jonas's reign. So, yes, it's going to be a different Arsenal tonight, I'm sure. But the worrying thing is some of our performances recently have not been great. Chloe Kelly's back tonight. Now I'm excited to see her again. She had a great game, didn't she, in the game that she played at Meadow Park against West Ham. Similar performance tonight would be great, wouldn't it? Let's see how it goes. Joe says, evening, disappointing lineup for me. KCC is young and fit enough to start both games. It all looks a bit lacking in pace in midfield. It does. We've got to think, though, of Madrid, the Champions League games to come. I think, Kyra is young. Doesn't mean she can play every single game. We need rotation. The problem is that we don't, until Vicky's back up and running, we don't really have a lot of other options, do we? That's the problem. And talking to Vicky, she's here with us. Vicky P, not happy with the midfield. No, I kind of agree. I'm not either. LG says, Walton little double pivot again as Rene started sniffing what Jonas has left in his office. Well, yes, possibly. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. I think there is a slight lack of options in midfield at the minute. You've got to take that into account. Vicky Palova obviously isn't fit. Kyra, we're not sure what's going on with her. She's been on the bench a couple of times lately since the international break. There's a round of applause, of course, for that young girl that was, of course, killed playing football a couple of weeks ago. Of course, it was very close to Everton, wasn't it, in that area of the country? So, yes, that was a shocking moment, actually, wasn't it? So there's a round of applause for her. Obviously, condolences to her and her family as well. Terrible, terrible incident that was. Just playing a game of football. Incredible. Anyway, Terry's with us, of course. How you doing, Terry? Good to see you, my friend. Aggie as well. Good evening, all you Arsenal friends. Hello from Sweden. Winter back here. Yes, we've had some winter weather here this week. We had some snow the other day. So, yeah. We had summer at the weekend and we've had winter this week. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a strange week. But anyway, Miss Pink Socks is with us, of course. Hi, chat says, hope you're all well. We need a demonstrative win. Well, just any win will do, won't it? Get your score predictions in quick before we start. See what we think. LG says, I know people won't want to hear this, but this squad needs an overhaul. We're a good team, but not a great team. We need to assess players like Mead and Ford because we need to be ruthless. No, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Greg says, evening, Terry Lag. Let's hope for the best tonight. What happened? Some young girl was playing football and a car crashed onto the pitch and she was killed. And it was in the Liverpool area last weekend, I think it was. So, yeah, terrible incident that was. LG says, this is a potential banana skin. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's been a banana skin for us for a while, hasn't it? Miss Pink says, I'd love to get more pace in this team. Yeah, exactly. Joe says, a very optimistic 2-1. Yeah, I'm going 2-1 as well. I like that score. Terry says, I hope we don't lose. Well, yeah, exactly. We all hope we don't lose. It's going to be Arsenal kick-off in red and white, of course. Everton all in blue. We'll be attacking the goal to our left in this first half. Not always been an easy place for us to come, has it, in recent years? We've had some good wins as well. But, of course, last year we of course, dropped points here. Took a last-minute penalty, didn't it, a couple of years ago to win this game 2-1. We've had some 4-0 and 4-1 victories in between. But, anyway, Vicky P says, 3-1 to the Arsenal. Need a reaction. Well, we need a reaction, yes. And this isn't a great game coming not only after the Liverpool game, but also just before the Real Madrid game. It's the time of this isn't great, is it, against a team that we have struggled against in recent meetings. So, we're coming forward early on in this game here. Emily Fox plays it in field. The pitch actually looks a lot better here than it does at Meadow Park. So that's an advantage because we've been struggling, haven't we, at Meadow Park lately with the state of the pitch. Katie McKay plays that ball in to Leslie Russo, touches it off. Kim Little plays out to that far side. Emily Fox, Arsenal's right, finds Chloe Kelly, long hair in a ponytail, cuts in field, drives a shot, ball in towards the box, but it goes straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, Courtney Brosnan, who's the Everton captain as well. Chloe Kelly there being positive there. I don't think that was a shot, really, was it? I think it was a ball looking for Leslie Russo, but it went straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Terry says, bending the knees getting silly. Why are they still doing that? Well, I don't know, my friend. Honestly, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. They've turned it into something it never was. They're trying to make it all about discrimination, aren't they? Well, that's never what bending the knees has been about, has it? We know what it means and it shouldn't be happening. Anyway, that's over and done with now. Arsenal coming forward. It's been a positive start to this game. Katie McCabe on this near side finds Mariona Caldente, tries to thread the ball through. It hits the Everton defender and it goes out for a throw to Arsenal, taken quickly. Leslie Russo, was she fouled there? No, the referee says no, but it was Fernandez there, pushed him in the back, it looked like. Anyway, we've got the ball, doesn't matter too much. Steph Catley finds Kim Little. Almost a sloppy ball there, actually. Almost gave Gago there a chance to get on the ball. Instead, Arsenal picked it up. Leah Volti plays it forward. Nice touch from Frida Marnham's going to find Chloe Kelly over on that far side. She keeps it in. Chloe Kelly cuts back in field, plays it back towards Leah Volti, chips the ball in towards the penalty. Leslie Russo's there, gets a little connection on that. Maybe not quite enough. And it goes into the arms of the goalkeeper again. That was good football though from Arsenal. Patient, and then Leah Volti's ball. In fact, I don't think Leslie Russo did get a touch. Had she got a touch, it may well have been the first goal for Arsenal, but it wasn't. And it went into the arms of the goalkeeper again. But that was a good play that from Arsenal. We've looked pretty good in the opening stages here. And we've got a throw on this near side as well, which Katie McCabe's going to come forward to take. It's been a pretty good start here. So the pitch is looking, I mean, maybe it's not as good as it looks, but it looks a lovely pitch actually compared to Meadow Park. Christ, that's just like a ploughed field at the minute. Luckily, we've only got one more game left there this season, I think. All the others at the Emirates, aren't they? Obviously, not many games left. And Miss Pinkster's pitch is way better. It looks way better, doesn't it? And it certainly looks as though we're finding it a lot easier to pass the ball on, because we couldn't string two passes together, could we, at the weekend at Meadow Park? But tonight we're looking a lot better. But then so Everton coming forward here on this near side. It's Tony Payne coming into the Arsenal penalty area. Good tackle though from Steph Catley. And then Mariona doing some defensive work, gets it half cleared. But Everton put the ball back into the box again. It comes into the far post. Good header away from Emily Fox. And now Chloe Kelly on the ball. Had a good start to this game. Chloe Kelly's had a good start to her Arsenal career, or a second Arsenal career, shall we say. YouTube Centre Their Free Speech says, I forgot about this game. That's what looking forward to playing Real Madrid can do to you. Come on, yeah, exactly, yeah. That's to move this game, of course. It was originally due to play at the weekend, but because we're playing Tuesday in the Champions League, they've allowed us, well, not really allowed us to. The game's been switched to the Friday, which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Plus, it frees up the weekend, really. I mean, I know we can't do our normal show, but it does free up the weekend, which is maybe slightly better. But anyway, Chloe Kelly over on that far side. That's a good ball as well. Finds Kim Little across towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Katie McCabe couldn't quite get on the end of it. That was a good play again from Arsenal. Chloe Kelly at the heart of it. Katie McCabe plays into the box. Frida Marnham now gets it back off. Mariona gives it back to the Spaniard. Now Katie McCabe plays it square. This is nice from Arsenal. It's been a good start to this game. We've played some good stuff here. Can we get the early goal? We've played 4.5 minutes. Still 0-0. But Arsenal started this game really, really well. The passing's been good. The tempo's been good. And it's already 100 times better than the last weekend against Liverpool, isn't it? That was just a terrible, terrible performance. And I know the pitch didn't help, but you have to say we don't want to blame the pitch. It's the same for both teams, isn't it? And, you know, Liverpool, seemed to cope okay, didn't they? They played well, deserved their win. Good luck to them in the rest of the competition. Anyway, Katie McCabe's ball forward finds Leslie Russo inside the penalty area. Is this going to be a chance for Arsenal? No, it isn't, because it's offside. And it's going to be a free kick. Leslie Russo there. I've been watching Stina, I think, with that run in there behind offside. It's a free kick to Everton. Oh, it's a goal kick, actually. No, it is a free kick. I thought it was. I was going to say, it looked like it was offside. It is a free kick, which is going to be taken by Fernandez for Everton. Plays it back to the goalkeeper, Courtney Brosnan. Everton have got a decent record here at home. And we haven't got a particularly good record here in the last couple of years. Anyway, Everton are coming forward now. Bit of space over on that far side. That's a ball played up line. Emily Fox cuts it out, but Everton's still in possession. This is nice play, actually, from Everton. Knocking the ball around well. But that's giving it away there. Frida Marnham steps in now. Leslie Russo touches it back to Kim Little, the captain. You do wonder how much more her legs have got in her. But anyway, we've got Joe Rivers as well. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hopefully we can get the win here tonight. Oh, that ball's deflected through. It's going to come through to Frida Marnham. Was she offside? Oh, it's got deflected off the Everton player. But she may well have been offside initially when the ball was played forward. Looked a bit of a harsh one maybe, but obviously there's no VAR in the WSL, so which is a good thing. We're not going to complain about no VAR. But that could have been a tight one, that, because the ball was deflected off the Everton player. But when it was initially played forward by Mariona, I think it was, there's a good chance Frida may well have been offside. Anyway, Arsenal back in possession. Everton have not really getting much possession at the minute. We're just giving the ball away. And suddenly there's an attacking opportunity here for Gago. Cuts in field. Can she get the shot away on the edge of the box? Plays it out to that far side instead. Cross comes in. It's a decent ball, but headed away by Steph Catley. But Arsenal still haven't cleared it. A shot comes in the box. Good save from Manu Zinsberger. that was Hayashi there with the effort for Everton. We just couldn't get the ball clear there, could we? It was played into the box and it fell nicely there to Hayashi and down at a near post. Manu Zinsberger with a save. And that will do her some good as well. She's going to probably get a little run in the team, isn't she? Joe says, why the hell did McCabe leave it? Well, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, she did. And it almost led to an Everton goal. They've got a corner in front of those Arsenal fans behind that goal to our right-hand side. Lots and lots of Arsenal fans, of course, as there always is. The corner comes in. She has a 6-yard box headed away by Leah Williamson, I think it was. But Everton still in possession on this near side. That's Hayley Ladd, former Manchester United player, of course, and she can't keep that in. And it's gone behind for a goal kick to Arsenal. First time, really, Everton have even threatened. And it produced a good save there from Manu Zinsberger. It's, of course, a big week for her, isn't it? If she's going to have to play in the away leg in Madrid. Her last Champions League away game, of course, was the one at Bayern Munich, of course. And we know what happened there, don't we? That was really disappointing. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward again now. Emily Fox plays it in. Lovely ball. Frida Manama. It just ran away from her there. And she couldn't quite get on the end of that, and it's rolled all the way through to Courtney Brosnan. We've played nearly 10 minutes here at Walton Hall Park. It's one of them old-fashioned type grounds, isn't it? Non-league looking ground. The fans are right close to the pitch. The facilities don't look great. I've never been there. It doesn't look great in terms of facilities, but it's a proper old-school ground, isn't it? Non-league ground, which we do love. Joe says there, pitch looks far nice. Yeah, we've been saying that before. It's much better than Meadow Park, isn't it? Much better. And I say it seems to be suiting us as well because we're playing well. We just need to get this first goal, don't we, to really settle us down. Mariona's doing some pressing here and Everton beating the press, play it forward. But Leah Williamson gets there and Mariona finds Leah Volti. And Arsenal trying to bring the ball forward. This is nice play. Leah Volti threads it in to Leslie Russo inside the penalty. Can she get the shot away? Good defending, in fact. Is that offside again? Wow, that is another harsh one, really. But Everton are playing this high line. Now, who's good at playing it with against a high line? I wonder if we've got anyone on the bench that might be able to do well against the high line. A bit of space in behind. Oh, we have. I wonder if we'll see her. I'm sure we will. Anyway, Everton playing it out from the back and just about get away with it there, but not for long because they've given it straight to Leah Volti. Can Arsenal make Everton pay? Again, teams playing it out from the back. I don't know why they keep insisting on doing it. Anyway, Arsenal can't make the most of that and Everton do clear it away. Joe says, Russo is slipping from Stina's special brew of offside. It seems like it. She's been offside a couple of times now. But Arsenal have got a throw over on the far side. Chloe Kelly goes across to take it, throws it quickly, finds Emily Fox. Plays it back to Leah Williamson, chips a long ball forward, looking for Chloe Kelly again, and it just runs away from her. Goes out for a goal kick. Ag says offside, the word for tonight. Well, it could be. It has been the word for tonight so far. We have only played 11 and a half minutes, so there's plenty of time for us to maybe try and stay onside a little bit more and actually create some proper chances. But we are playing pretty well. We're passing the ball well. We're being patient. And, yeah, I think we're looking good at the moment. But Everton have probably had the best chance with that effort there from Hayashi, which brought a great save from Manu Zinsberger back in goal, of course. First time she's played in the WSL for quite some time, actually. I can't remember the last time she played in the WSL. It may well have been when we played Everton last time, was it? Actually, no, I think Daphne played in that game as well, didn't she? Anyway, Leah Williamson now plays the ball forward. And this is nice from Arsenal. Leah Volti now inside the centre circle, bringing it forward. She's got Mariona on this near side. Mariona just plays a simple ball to Frida Marnham and a little run on the edge of the penalty area, finds Leah Volti. Mariona Caldente again plays it square to Leah Williamson. Chips a ball into the penalty area, looking for Frida Marnham, headed away though by Everton. And Katie McCabe does well there. That's a good tackle. Sure, that's an Arsenal throw as well. Came off the Everton striker Gago, and Arsenal back in possession, as we have been for majority of this opening 13 minutes. That's a good ball forward, but Kim Little's legs aren't going to get there. And Everton clear it away. Is going to be a throw to Arsenal over on that far side, taken quickly by Chloe Kelly. She gets the ball back again. And her and Emily Fox have been linking up quite well over on that right-hand side, haven't they? Last couple of games in the WSL. Leah Williamson plays a low ball this time, touched off by Mariona, and then it's pinged in towards Frida Marnan, but overhit that pass that time. It's gone behind. And now the Everton goalkeeper, Courtney Brosnan's gone down and he's going to require some treatment. And again, this is something that we see in the WSL quite a lot, but I do actually think she's in quite a bit of pain. So maybe this one is a genuine injury. And it looks as though maybe it was an ongoing issue. Some of the players seem to, I don't know, just acknowledge that maybe that's an ongoing issue that she's got, Courtney Brosnan. But we do see a lot of it, don't we? We seem to see more of it in the WSL than we do in the men's game with the goalkeepers having injuries. But anyway, let's hope it's nothing serious and she'll be okay. Joe says, just sort the overhit passes. Yeah, there's been a couple of overhit passes. It's just, again, as it has been, not just today, the final third sometimes hasn't quite worked, has it? Anyway, YouTube says free speech said 31,000 watching the game on YouTube. Looks a decent crowd at the game as well. Well, if some of those 31,000 on YouTube want to come and watch it on here, that would be very much appreciated. Or you can watch it on YouTube and watch us as well. That's what you want to do. So if all 31,000 people watching YouTube, come over here and we'll entertain you as well. And on YouTube, you're not going to get your comments put on the screen, are you? And stuff like that. You can't be part of it. You can be part of it here as well. So watch the game on silent. Come and join us and we can have a conversation about whatever you want to talk about. That would be good, wouldn't it? Terry says, is he wearing a hat or just a crap haircut? The referee, do you mean? I haven't really seen him yet. Yeah. It's probably a hat, isn't it? Anyway, here's a goal kick to Everton. Courtney Brosnan is back on her feet again. No real surprise there, I suppose. But anyway, they have taken that goal kick. It is back with Courtney Brosnan, and she plays it out to this near side. And Arsenal trying to press. Mariona leading it as usual. But Everton do manage to get the ball forward. Just runs away, though, there from Tony Payne. And now it is Hayashi plays it out to that far side. Everton coming forward now. Well, they say that they'd play the ball back to Holmesgaard, one of the two sisters. And now it's with Fernandez, and that goes back to goalkeeper Courtney Brosnan again. Oh, the medic. Oh, right. Okay. I wasn't really watching, to be honest. But anyway, I watched the game, but listened to you. That's the way forward, isn't it? I think that has got to be the way forward. We don't want you not to watch the game because that wouldn't be good, would it? Anyway, Everton with a long ball forward from Fernandez. Not a good ball, actually. Chloe Kelly sort of gets a touch in the centre circle, but Everton picked the ball up again. And the ball's played out to that far side. And Everton now enjoying some possession, probably the longest spell of possession they've had in this game. But they're going backwards rather than putting our defence under any sort of pressure. We're trying to press from the front there with Leslie Russo. Everton still quite happy just to knock it around at the back, even though they have given it away a couple of times doing that. And they've given it away again, almost actually. Katie McCabe was almost in, but Everton do get away with it. And now they can break forward, but that wasn't a good touch there from Gago, and it's played back to Manu Zinsberger. Made that one big save already in this game. A return to the team. First WSL game she's played for a very long time. I can't even remember the last WSL game she played, actually. Joe says, I read Everton are thinking of letting the women use the old Everton ground. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, because obviously Everton are moving into their new stadium next season. And of course, Goodison Park, I'm assuming eventually it'll get demolished and turned into some housing or industrial estate. But anyway, yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That's what Arsenal should have done with Highbury, shouldn't we? I know we didn't really know at the time, but that would have been, I suppose we couldn't really afford to keep the ground running. We needed to sell it to the developers, didn't we, to pay for the new stadium, I suppose. But anyway, if Everton can keep it, then be good news, wouldn't it? Be good news for the team. Anyway, Katie McCabe now on this near side. Plays the ball to Mariona Caldente. Katie McCabe again on the byline. Can she get a cross in? It's deflected behind. It is going to be a corner to Arsenal. That was good defending from Everton. But again, it's nice football from Arsenal. And a bit like a few games, we're playing some nice football in 2/3 of the pitch. But it gets into that final third and the final ball's just not quite happening, is it? Anyway, Chloe Kelly is going to take this corner on this near side. So it's going to be an in-swinger with her right foot. Chloe Kelly with this corner. See if we can get the lead here. It's a decent ball towards the far post, and Leah Williamson was coming in, but it's headed away only as far as Leah Volti. And Leah Williamson tries to recycle it there. It's deflected away, and Emily Fox tidies that up and finds Katie McCabe. And that's a good ball to Chloe Kelly, still on this near side after that corner. Plays it back to Katie McCabe again. And Arsenal looking for this breakthrough. Kim Little on halfway, touches it back to Emily Fox. Plays it forward to Leah Volti. Now it's out to that far side. Leah Williamson gives it back to Leah Volti. And Leah Williamson again, almost playing as a right winger. Finds Mariona Caldente and she loses the ball but does well to win it back. And then Leah Williamson plays it forward. This is nice football from Arsenal again. But Frida Arnold couldn't get hold of it. But Kim Little will. Katie McCabe's gone ahead of her, but she cuts back in field. Kim Little plays it forward to Chloe Kelly. She couldn't quite get it under control. And Everton clear it away. And again, we get to the final third of the pitch and it just breaks down. Chloe Kelly now, they're looking to change all that. Katie McCabe plays it back in field. Kim Little touches it back to Steph Catley. Everybody's camped in this Everton half. Chloe Kelly, who switched wings actually, she's on this near side now. That's a nice ball to Leah Volti, and she's going to get it out to that far side. Emily Fox plays it in field to Mariona Caldente, gets it back again. Again, this is nice football. It's inside the penalty area. Leah Volti reverses it into Frida Marnham, and the shot's blocked. It's going to fall to Chloe Kelly. Oh, she got that all wrong. And it's gone behind for a goal kick. That was a good move, that, from Arsenal again. Lovely football, and the ball fell to Chloe Kelly. She couldn't quite get her foot wrapped around it, and it went behind. But again, Everton trying to play out from the back, and they've given the ball away. Katie McCabe and Arsenal pressing here for the opening goal. We played 20 minutes, and surely that's a foul. In fact, the referee's going to play on because we've still got possession. Emily Fox over on that far side, but actually she's tackled by Holmesgaard. Karen Holmesgaard, but it is a throw to Arsenal. Emily Fox takes it quickly. Terry says we needed to sell Highbury to move to the Emirates and win nothing under Arteta. Well, yeah, that was pretty much the story of it all. Although we won a few FA Cups at the Emirates, haven't we? Under a different manager, mate. Anyway, across to the far post. Mariona turns it back in, but Hayashi clears it away, not very far. And Everton now do get it away. A little bit scrappy play there, and Katie McCabe picks up that loose ball. Leah Williamson inside the centre circle. Just touches it forward to Kim Little. Gets it out to that far side. And this is nice play from Arsenal. Emily Fox exchanges passes there with Mariona Caldente and touches it off to Leah Williamson. Everyone can't get out of their half at the minute. Leah Williamson's ball forward's cut out though. And Arsenal pressing from the front, making it difficult for Everton. But they do get possession over on that far side. But again, they force back. It's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Chloe Kelly puts her under pressure. And Everton, though, they play that well. They play that well, but it is risky, isn't it? I don't like to see us do it. And then when other teams do it, you kind of expect a mistake, don't you? But so far, Everton have got away with it, you have to say. Egg says, what about the new girl from USA? She's on the bench. She's on the bench. Joe says, I'm actually enjoying this. No, we're playing some nice football. We are. We're playing some nice football. We just need to be a little bit more positive in that final third, don't we? Whether it's the cross or be positive, take a shot, or just when we get up the other end of that final third is when it's breaking down, isn't it? Other than that, no, I agree. We're playing well. But we're just giving the ball away. Steph Catley and Katie McCabe on the wrong wavelength there. It's a throw to Everton, which is taken quickly. And it's Mariam Majola, of course, former Chelsea player. Touches it back here to Hayley Ladd. That's a good ball. A little bit of space on the edge of the box for Everton. but Arsenal again get the ball away, and now it's a loose ball, and Mariona's onto it quickly, and Arsenal now have an opportunity for a counter-attack. Mariona threads the ball through to Leslie Russo over on that far side, but it's well tidied up again by Fernandez. He had a good game at the back, actually. And Everton have defended pretty well so far. And maybe you've got to give them a little bit of credit for that as well. But yeah, we just haven't. We've been in some good positions and haven't made the most of it, have we? Quite honestly. Joe says, "Oh, Manu in goal, just felt a chill run through me." She made a good save though earlier, so we'll let her off at a minute. She did make a good save. Terry says, "Charity Case is running around like a headless chicken." I think she's playing well. But anyway, I think she's playing well. And Steph Catley's in possession now for Arsenal. Plays the ball across to Leah Williamson. And Arsenal looking to build another attack over on that far side. Emily Fox finds Leah Williamson again. Emily Fox and Leah Williamson just playing their own little game of pass to each other. Now it comes into Frida Marnham, and Arsenal now looking to try and launch a counter-attack here. Just as my stream is frozen. We had this problem the other day, didn't we, actually? It's happening again for some unknown reason. We haven't scored, have we? Oh, we have. We've scored. That's nice, wasn't it? I missed the goal. It looks like it might be Leslie Russo that scored just as the stream froze. But it is a goal, and it is an Arsenal goal. It looks like it is Leslie Russo who's got it as well. We'll have to see if we can see the replay of it. There seems to be some issue here with, I don't know if anyone else's streams playing up. Mine seems to be at the minute. But it is a goal to Arsenal. We'll see it. It looks like everybody had a freeze there. But it is a goal to Arsenal. So we can celebrate it now. And of course, that only means one thing, our favourite part of the day. Now, I don't know whether or not they're going to show the goal again. But anyway, we haven't seen it even in a replay. But it was Leslie Russo, apparently. Greg says, yes, keeps freezing. Oh, good. I'm glad it's not just me, because I know I had a few issues last time, didn't I? Vicky says, frozen screen here. Joe says, no replay. See, this is the thing, isn't it? They want to put the games on YouTube and all this kind of stuff, which is a good thing, I suppose. But when it keeps going a lot, hasn't it? Anyway, it's a goal to Arsenal. We are 1-0 up, but that's what we needed. We deserve it as well. There's no doubt. We've played well, which is a shame we haven't seen the goal yet. But anyway, Emily Fox over on that far side. I'm sure we'll see it again at half time. There's going to be a throw to Arsenal. 25 minutes played, just over midway through that first half, and good play, good pressure has been rewarded. And so we wanted a little bit of quality in that final third. Looks like we got it. Anyway, Emily Fox there looking to get a second goal, puts the ball in. Leslie Russo again, comes out to Mariona Caldente. What a signing she's proved to be. Fantastic football player on the ball again. Katie McCabe. And says, I'm behind and stream playing up. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not glad it's frozen, but I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad it's an issue everywhere, because I'm starting to get worried after what happened the last game. Anyway, Chloe Kelly over on that far side. Touches it off to Kim Little. Now it goes out to Emily Fox. Plays it back to Kim Little again. And Arsenal looking total control in this game. But we saw what happened here last season. We do need this second goal, don't we? As we saw, anyway, Katie McCabe now looking to try and get it. Ball played into the walls. Leah Volti over on this near side, but it's hooked away by the Everton defence. Only as far as Mariona Caldente. Mariona again plays it in to goal scorer Leslie Russo, touches it off to Kim Little. And again, the ball is just in at the Everton half constantly here. But all that possession's no good. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal. Chloe Kelly was fouled over on that far side. But all this possession, wasn't it, against West Ham? We had 74% and we only scraped a victory. We must have had about 70 odd percent in this game possession. And yes, we've got the lead. Still quite early in the game, but yeah. Joe says, I noticed during throw-ins how players don't show themselves. offer themselves to the person throwing the ball. Well, no, we try and do everything too quickly, I think, sometimes. We're trying to throw the ball quickly before we've got players around the ball. Anyway, it's going to be a free kick. Katie McCabe's going to take it over on this, right over on that far touchline in front of a little coffee hut. There. Anyway, let's see what happens with this free kick. It's going to be Katie McCabe with it. Whips in towards the near post. It's flicked on. Comes off an Everton head, I think it was. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. And the pressure is mounting. Let's see a replay of that free kick. Didn't see a replay of the goal, though, did they? It was flicked on by Mariano at the near post and it came off an Everton defender. So it is a corner over on that far side, which Katie McCabe's going to take again. 28 minutes on the clock. Everton 0, Arsenal 1. And it's been a good start to this game. Katie McCabe whips it in towards the near post. It's an Everton head. Puts it behind. It's going to be another corner to Arsenal. Joe says 3-0. Is it 3-0 already? Well, we must have missed a couple of goals here. Joe says there, done it. Well, you might have done. Wayne says throw-ins polar opposite to the men's team. Well, anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal. And they're pretty much polar opposite as well, aren't they? Anyway, it's going to be Katie McCabe now with this corner. So it's a longer one towards the far post. Leah Williamson underneath it. But it falls instead to Leah Volti right away over on this near side. Twisting and turning. Leah maybe trying to get a cross in. Finds Leah Williamson. Now it's with Mariona at Caldente. Leah Volti again. Can she get a cross in? Plays the ball square to Kim Little. This is good play from Arsenal again. Emily Fox now over on this near side. Whips the ball in. Oh, it's cleared away by Everton, not very convincingly actually, and Frida Marnus trying to get in, but it was defended pretty well, and it is going to be a throw to Everton on this near side. Nearly half an hour played. Everton 0, Arsenal 1. Leslie Russo with the goal, which we haven't seen yet because the stream froze, and yeah, we wasn't able to see the goal, but I'm sure we'll see it later on. I'm assuming they'll let us see it later on. I don't know. Anyway, it is 1-0. And Arsenal looking for more now. Kim Little plays it square to Emily Fox. Gets it back to Kim Little. And Leah Williamson. That's with Steph Catley. We're moving the ball quicker tonight, aren't we, than we were against Liverpool. On this near side. Can she get the cross in? She does get the cross in. Oh, it's looking for Leslie Russo. Well defended by Everton. Again, now they struggle to get it clear. And now they'll just hoof it anywhere. Joe says Emily needs extra training on her crosses. That was a good cross, that one from Katie McCabe. It was whipped in, and yeah, Arsenal almost with that second goal, but not quite. Greg says how high Minor is playing up front. Surely it'll be better. Stina and Roos right. Well, yeah, I would say so, but that may be an option later on, I suppose. But yeah, I agree. She's almost playing as a second striker, Frida Minor. She does score a lot of goals as well, Frida, to be fair. She's got, 12, I think, this season. Another good goal-scoring season for her. Katie McCabe on this near side. It's another decent ball into the box, looking for the runner, Leslie Russo, but it goes into the arms of Courtney Brosnan. Rolls it square and gets it back again from Fernandez. Little Cubby says, was just watching the stream, but it's awful. Well, it did keep freezing. It's not been too bad in the last 5 minutes since the goal, funnily enough. But anyway, Everton playing out from the back have got themselves in trouble and have conceded a corner. That is just ridiculous. I don't understand, honestly, why do teams keep doing it? I just don't get it. Everton, it hasn't given Everton any advantage at all. They've not managed to have an attack based on playing out from the back. They've given away a corner here. They've almost gifted Arsenal a couple of chances from doing it. It just seems pointless. I think that might have been my internet actually that time, because everything seemed to go, didn't it? Right, let's go back to where we were. Sorry about that. Not quite sure what's happening. Mad Tom says, didn't even see Russo's goal due to YouTube. Yeah, he did freeze. Yeah, ridiculous. But there you go. I don't think my internet's helping my particular situation. Anyway, Kate McCabe's in now over on this near side. She's getting forward well from left back, plays the ball into the penalty area. Frida Marlon crosses it towards the edge of the penalty area. Chloe Kelly with a shot just over the crossbar. Chloe Kelly there almost making it 2-0. Would have been her second goal in consecutive WSL appearances for Arsenal, but leaning back with her left foot, couldn't quite keep it down. It's another goal kick to Everton. You have to say that the FA player used to have its problems, didn't it, when it was streaming the games? And obviously YouTube has had problems as well. And I don't understand how difficult it can be. You know, it doesn't give a good impression, does it? And people are going to switch off because, you know, it's just poor, really. And people are going to switch off, which is a shame. You know, Mariona takes control almost, pushes Frida Marlon out of the way, gets the ball out wide to Chloe Kelly over on that far side. She's going to have a run at the Everton defence, cuts in field, tries to thread the ball through to Kim Little inside the penalty. Kim Little across the box. Oh, any touch from Leslie Russo, it would have been 2-0. And she's not quite getting on the end of these crosses, although she did score the goal, which we still haven't seen, by the way. Miss Pinkstock says, overall, YouTube hasn't been that poor this season. Well, I don't know. I've had a lot of problems with the camera angles, with obviously it freezing and stuff like that. It needs to be better, doesn't it? You know, women's football now is of a high enough profile to be getting better coverage. You know, you don't get these problems when it's on the BBC or when it's on Sky. Why are we getting these problems when it's on YouTube and when it was on the FA player before? It's obviously investment, isn't it? They're not putting enough money into the equipment and all that kind of stuff. But if Sky can do it, why can't YouTube? And Arsenal giving the ball away. Everton have a chance to equalise. This a shot comes in and it's going to be 1-1, and it is 1-1, and they have scored. And I think it's Tony Payne with the goal. Sloppy there from Arsenal. We've gifted Everton the equaliser, and it is Tony Payne with it. And we did see that goal, didn't we? They didn't freeze for that one, did they, YouTube? Thank you for that. It is Everton 1, Arsenal 1. And it was Leah Volti got beaten over on that far side by Gago there. The ball played back. It was Holmesgard, I think, with the initial shot. It got a deflection off Steph Catley, and it was poked in from close range. And Ag says, no. Joe says, God almighty. Fanny arsing around. Well, yeah, exactly. It was pretty bad goal to concede. She's tiny, actually, isn't she? Tony Payne, who just scored that goal. But she was a little fox in the box there for Everton, and she's poked it home from inside the 6-yard box. And with 8 minutes of the first half remaining, it is Everton 1, Arsenal 1, and that is not good, is it? LG says, we are playing Arteta ball and we are paying the price for it. Yeah, I agree. And unfortunately, that seems to be the blueprint for most teams these days. I mean, it's more of a pep ball, isn't it, I suppose, rather than Arteta ball. I don't think Arteta's invented anything. Anyway, Caldente's cross is deflected and into the arms of Courtney Brosnan. Matthew says, it was coming. Walton Little always turning backwards. Well, yeah, you're right. It's poor. It is very, very poor. It's funny how they showed a replay of the Everton goal. They still haven't shown a replay of the Arsenal goal. Matthew says Arteta ball. Well, it's not really Arteta ball, is it? Because that would tend to suggest that Arteta's invented it. And, of course, he hasn't. He's just a copycat, isn't he? Like most teams now have copied Pep. And even in the women's game, they're trying to play that Barcelona style. Anyway, Everton coming forward again with a goal scorer here, but Steph Catley tidies that one up. And Arsenal have paid the price, one, for not making the most of our opportunities when we've had the ball, and secondly, for just conceding a really poor goal, as always. Jerry says, Caldente looks better in number 10. Why is she playing on the wing when we have two wingers on the bench? Well, that is a very good question. And this is something that we have to ask Renee, but no one seems to want to ask her the questions that matter. Anyway, Leslie Russo's in now, is she? No, she's not, because the goalkeeper, Courtney Brosnan's out. Does well, actually, outside the penalty area. put it out for a throw. She was injured a little while ago, but she seems all right now. Vicky says only one camera, no replay. No, but I mean the replay would be done by the producers, wouldn't it? They just rewind the thing and play the clip back. You know, it's not difficult to do. You don't need two cameras. You just need the equipment to do it, which I'm sure they've got because they're showing replays, aren't they? LG says, isn't the goalkeeper Emily Ramsey? No, Emily Ramsey's on the bench. Courtney, well, I assume so because she was named on the team sheet, Courtney Brosnan. Anyway, Frida Minor trying to come forward, and it's cleared away there by Fernandez, who's had a decent game at the back for Everton, actually. You know, that throw's taken quickly into the box. Leslie Russo turns away. Can she get the cross in? No, she can't. Again, it was a good tackle by Fernandez, but it's going to be a corner to Everton, to Arsenal, sorry. And we're into the last 6 minutes of the first half. Vicky P says camera went down. Well, when we scored, well, they'll still have the record of the goal, won't they? Anyway, let's see. Joe says there, KCC at half time. What about half time? I'm sure she'll come out. Chloe Kelly with this corner to the near post, headed out by Everton. Or they do manage to scramble it clear, actually, which was quite good. Miss Pinkshot says Brosnan. Yeah, I think it is Brosnan. Obviously, Pierce Brosnan's sister, isn't it? James Bond and all that. Anyway, it's going to be a throw to Arsenal, which Chloe Kelly's going to take on this near side. Throws the ball back to Katie McCabe. Plays it in to Frida Minor into the box, a little bit of space for the Norwegian. Touches it off to Chloe Kelly. Comes back to Katie McCabe. What's the cross like? Oh, she dummied the defender well there, Katie McCabe. Now can she get the cross in? She does, but it's a poor effort straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. And suddenly we've gone from looking really good to not being so good. Anyway, Katie McCabe's got some defensive to do. That's not a good header. And managed to get out of trouble there thanks to Leah Williamson. But Everton coming forward again. And that's a chip into the box, which should be comfortable enough for Manu Zinsberger. And Arsenal have got a lot of work to do in this game if we're going to get all the 3 points. Anyway, Manu Zinsberger throws it out to Kim Little. And Arsenal putting themselves under pressure again and again, but managed to win the throw this time. And Chloe Kelly's just saying, calm down. And she's right. We need to calm down. What are we doing back there? Panic stations when we don't need to panic. We do not need to panic. We played pretty well for a majority of this first half, but it's all gone a bit wrong towards the end, hasn't it? Since we conceded a goal and we just thrown the ball straight to Everton, and they're coming forward again, looking to try and get themselves in front before half-time. On the edge of the box, that's a good tackle there, actually, from Leah Volti. And now Chloe Kelly can bring the ball forward for Arsenal. We're looking for a counter-attack. That's a foul there on Chloe Kelly. Surely it is, and Arsenal have got a free kick. But not great this now, is it? The last 10 minutes of this first half have not been very good at all. Anyway, it's nearly half-time. Joe says, Arsenal are their own worst enemies. You're right, absolutely, we are. The other Joe says, McCabe has not had a good... Well, I think she's got forward well. Some of her crossing's not been great. She's coming forward again, and that's a good ball this time into Leslie Russo, and she's fouled from behind from Fernandez. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. This is a good position. Last few minutes here of this first half. And while Arsenal have been the much better team, it is Everton 1, Arsenal 1, as it was here last season, of course. But there's still plenty of time for Arsenal to get the victory. Anyway, this free kick, Katie McCabe lining up to take it. Now, you have to say it's probably 30 yards out, but she scored from that distance before, so we wouldn't put it beyond her, would we? Is she going to try a shot, though? Everyone's lined up on the edge of the Everton penalty area. In fact, Frida Minor's coming across as well now. She can certainly hit a ball as well, as we've seen. But I think it is going to be Katie McCabe. She's going to chip it towards that far post. It's headed out there by Everton. Only as far as Leah Williamson. Plays out that far side to Chloe Kelly. Can she get the cross in? She does get a cross in towards the near post. Hooked away by Van Hoovermaat. Matthews says, our players are also crashing into each other. When one wants to go, another wanted to slow down. Yeah, it's not quite... I thought we started the game well, but it's all gone a bit wrong. Longer the half's gone on anyway. Mariona Caldente and Kim Little plays the ball all the way back to Leah Williamson. Strange pass. Joe says, Arsenal need players who have that something extra special. Too many above average. Yeah, no, you're right. I agree. We need a couple more players like Mariona, who's got the ball now, bringing the ball towards the edge of the penalty area, finds what's Steph Catley doing all the way up there? Anyway, Kim Little now, and Arsenal pressing for this second goal before half-time into the last 90 seconds of normal time at the end of this first half. Kim Little finds Leah Williamson, brings the ball into the edge of the penalty area. Russo gets there first. In fact, she's conceded a free kick, and Everton are going to get a chance to get this away. Still I think my internet's playing up again as well. Actually, I think it might be my laptop, actually. I've just got a feeling it might be my laptop, which is maybe on its last legs, actually. Who knows? Anyway, we shall see. I'll try and see if I can maybe get another laptop at some stage. But anyway, we're back for the time being. It is still Everton 1, Arsenal 1 as we approach half-time. There is going to be 2 minutes of stoppage time. We've played one. Joe says too many passes around the box. Ms. Pinkovic says, well, I haven't left the building. I'm back again. It's my internet is just causing me some problems. Scott says it's Jonas. Yeah, well, it probably is Jonas. Yeah, you're probably right. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward. It's probably the last attack of this first half. Katie McKay plays it back to Leah Volti. And Leah Volti brings it out to that far side. Greg says, how has an Everton player not been booked yet? Blatant pushing and holding back. Well, yeah, they've made a few technical fouls, if you like, which hasn't helped. But we're our own worst enemies in this game. The reason why we're not winning is down to ourselves. It isn't down to the referee. It isn't down to Everton's tactics. It's just down to us. Anyway, we're coming forward now. One more opportunity maybe to get the goal before half-time. Frida Martin finds Mariona inside the box, touches it back. Oh, Frida's crowded out, but Mariona's got the ball again. And again, Everton's defending well, but Katie McCabe trying to get clear. Instead, she finds Mariona Caldente. Oh, that's not a good ball, though, is it? And now Everton are going to get a counter-attack with a knock because the half-time whistle's gone. It's been a disappointing first half. In the end, started so well. Arsenal played well for a majority of that first half. Got the goal. Leslie Russo it was after 25 minutes. And at that stage, we deserved to be in front, but we failed to build on that. And in the end, Everton got an equaliser, some sloppy defending from Arsenal. And at half-time, it's 1-1 and not really good enough. We seem to run out of ideas a bit there towards the end of that first half, didn't we? And that's been the case all too often in recent weeks. That was wasn't great, was it? Let's be honest. That was not great. Yeah, it does seem to be a laptop issue. I think it needs a factory reset, maybe. I'll maybe do that later. Anyway, Ag says, put Lena and Stina. I don't know about Lena. I don't think she can play 45 minutes. LG says, it's games like this that I develop doubts about Rene having the same issue as Jonas in terms of struggling to break down physical mid-blocks, just like I'd say. Absolutely. Ag says, full moon and space playing with us. Maybe that's what it is. Gret says, hi there. What is your take on the first half? Could have been better, in my opinion. And that equaliser was a Ren blunding, whatever that means. I'm guessing it means not great. Matthew says, last time I said I see complacency. I find vets think they could play the same way, but these young players run, pass, and rob them of possession a lot. Yeah, you're right, actually. Yes, it's all rather disappointing, actually, isn't it? It is all rather disappointing, you have to say. But things can only get better in the second half. Mind you, we did say that against Liverpool, didn't we? And what happened? It didn't get better, did it? It got worse. Anyway, there we go. Just see what's going on. Nothing is going on. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm sure it's my laptop, actually. I think its memory might be nearly full. I need to just clear a load of stuff out, probably, don't I? That's probably what I need to do. Anyway, Matthew says, if players take the initiative to run at defenders, defenders will break down. Coach don't have to figure it out. Absolutely. LG says, we are wasting Mariona on the wings. Plus, you never know what you're going to get from Frida. She's the wild card of the team. Yeah, no, you're right. We've got CFC Riley. He says, evening. Good evening to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I'm sure you're enjoying Arsenal not winning at the moment. Obviously, being a Chelsea fan. But, anyway, it is what it is. And I'm sure we'll win in the second half. And we've got slightly different battles at the moment, haven't we? Our battle is to try and make sure we get in that top three. But to do that, we can't afford to drop points here. We absolutely can't. We have to win this game. And we're in a position to be winning it, and we've thrown it away again. Joe says, Terry made a point last week that the squad are too old. We do have a fairly large number that are 30 plus. We need a pace and a bit of youth. Absolutely. You're right. And the squad needs, I do feel sometimes that women's football can be a little bit sentimental. We want to hang on to players too long. Look what happened when Viv left, all that kerfuffle, and it ended up costing Jonas his job. No one player is more important than the team. So what we need to understand is that some of these players are past their best. And if we want to compete at the top, if we want to compete with Chelsea, we need a squad that can do that. And this current squad has proved once again, they're not good enough to do that. So the way forward is to look at the good young players that we've got in the squad. I mean, some of the senior players are still good enough to do the job that we need. Steph Catley, Leah Williamson, Emily Fox, obviously. Mariona, of course, Russo, Chloe Kelly, if we can get her on a permanent deal. We've got some good players, obviously, Kyra, Vicky when she's back. They're all good players, but, you've got some other ones who maybe aren't going to get any better anymore. Kim Little, Leah Volti are the two that stand out. Beth Mead, maybe. I'm prepared to give Caitlin Ford a bit more time. I still think she's got quite a bit to offer. We know Stina's still got quite a bit to offer. But none of these players are getting any younger. And yeah, I agree. We need a rethink. Maybe we do. Riley says, jealous of you having Mariona, such a good player. And yes, always fun to see you not winning. Yeah, I'm sure you are. But it's only half time. It's only half time. We've got plenty of time. How many times have Chelsea won games late on? There's been a few times this season when we've got a bit excited when they look as though they were dropping points and then they pop a goal in at the end, don't they? So I'm sure we'll do the same. So don't worry, we will win. It's just at the moment it's not looking great, is it? Vicky says KCC and Caitlin Ford will add the pass we need to win this game. Maybe you will yourself, Vicky. Maybe Vicky P's coming on and going to win us the game. Who knows? Joe says it's the group they're a pain in the backside. No, I think you're right. I do think women's football needs to understand now that it isn't what it was 5 years ago. And things have changed. And if we want to compete now, we have to be more ruthless as a club. We have to move players on and we have to bring better players in. We've got to do that because we've dropped behind, haven't we? I mean, we used to be the team at the top every year and we've fallen behind. And it's down to investment to a certain degree. Chelsea have invested in their team, obviously, heavily. Man City as well. And we need to do the same. We can't afford to be sentimental anymore. We've got a lot right. Let's be honest. We've got the crowds. We've got the supports there. We're playing at the Emirates now. We're getting big crowds, all this kind of stuff, right? So we've got the basis there. We've got some great players as well. We have got some great players as well, but we need more. I think we missed a trick with the manager situation when Jonas left. We should have got the best manager possible, and I don't think we've done that. I like Renee. And she probably deserved the contract that she got with the performances that she produced before Christmas. But now the pressure's on. The pressure's started to be on every game, and we're starting to drop off a little bit. It's not just on the manager, but obviously the manager's responsible for results, of course. Riley said, you brought in Kafaji, good young player, and yet you never play her. Yeah, I mean, I would say we never play her. We don't play very, very much. You're right. I do think that what I've seen of Kafaji, she's very raw, and I think she needs more work, whether it's on the training ground, whatever it is, with the coaching staff and stuff. And I think she might well come good. I don't think she's quite ready yet, and I'm not surprised she's not playing as much. Actually, I'm not really surprised by that. She's not even on the bench tonight. She wasn't on the bench the other day. Is there an injury? Is there other issues going on? I'm not sure, but I think she's got a lot of potential. She's not the finished article yet. And yeah, I'm not surprised she's not playing. And actually, I'm not too disappointed she's not been playing because I don't think she's been playing well enough. Joe says Kelly won't stay if we don't start playing like winners. Well, I mean, let's face it. Chloe Kelly's been at Man City a while. They've never managed to overtake Chelsea, have they? So I don't know. I think there's more to it than just that with Chloe Kelly. She was very vocal, wasn't she, as to the reasons why she wanted to get away from Man City. Yes, okay, their manager's gone now. She's still contracted to Man City, of course. She's only on. Are they going to show the Arsenal goal finally, are they? I know they're not. They're showing some highlights of other misses that we had. I'm sure they will show the goal. They're showing some highlights now. Let's have a look. We didn't see the goal, did we? Due to the fact that the stream broke down. Let's see if we can finally see the goal, can we? Oh, yeah, Leslie Russo. Oh, just squeeze it at the near post. Good finish, actually. I think it was Kim Little's cross, actually. So Kim Little gets an assist. We've been saying she's not good enough anymore, but she's getting an assist there. So there you go. Matthew says, also need to get the top players from the top national teams, not just Sweden and Switzerland. Well, no, absolutely. We need to get the best players. We've got a couple of Americans, which obviously is a good thing because they are still one of the top teams in the world, aren't they? We just need to get players that are going to obviously be great players, but also fit in with with what we do as well. I think that's quite important. I just don't think with Renee as manager. No, I like Renee, but she's not the type of manager that's going to attract the top players, is she? Sonia Bonpasta will, because she's a top manager, and players will want to play for her because they know if they play for her, they've got a very good chance of being successful. Whereas with our manager, it's almost unknown a little bit, isn't it? And I don't know. I think we missed a trick there a little bit, but anyway. It is what it is. LG says, look at Chelsea. They moved players on quickly and replaced them adequately. They got rid of players like Harder, Kirby, England, Ericsson, Carter, Berger, who were key players and still competing. Yeah, I think that some of those players were, you could say they got rid of some of them a bit late. I think Berger was well past her best. Kirby as well. Beth England's a funny one because I'm not quite sure about her really. I mean, Ericsson and Carter are still top players. But yeah, Terry says, sorry, Ange, gone posh having a cheeky little red fruity number. Oh, very nice indeed. Riley says it's ruthless at the top. Absolutely. Chelsea have had to let some legends go as well. Also players like Kankovic, Fitkova, yeah, and others who didn't work out or moved on. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what you've got to do. I mean, as much as it pains me to say it, Chelsea have been the blueprint for modern women's football. We were the blueprint at the beginning in the early days of women's football, competitively. We showed the way. But, over the last 10 years or so, Chelsea have shown the way to be successful. And we've got to catch up now. And we can't afford not to. We can't afford to sit on our hands and say, well, we're getting big crowds. That's enough. No, it's not. We won't keep getting big crowds in 3 or 4 years' time if we're still not competing and we're still not winning these big trophies. We just won't. And yeah, tonight was always going to be a tricky game. Let's not get too carried away. It was always going to be a tricky game because, one, it's Everton away, and Everton have been a tricky opponent for us anyway. And two, it's coming in between that Liverpool FA Cup disappointment and, of course, the Real Madrid game on Tuesday. And no matter what players say, you're not telling me that they haven't got some of their mind is distracted by the Real Madrid game. Of course it is. Of course it is. And you can see maybe in the way that we're playing tonight. But, let's hope a better in the second half, shall we? Is that the new Everton Stadium in the background they're showing there? I think it might be, Wow, that was pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway. Or is it Anfield? Maybe. I'm not sure anyway. Vicky P says, lack of ambition if we let Viv go to get Mariona. See, I don't agree with that. I think Mariona's a good, Viv hardly played for 2 years, really, because of injuries. She's not at her best. Mariona's at the top of her game. So I actually don't agree with that. I don't think that shows a lack of ambition at all. I think that shows an ambition. To get a player like Mariona, that is a type of ambition that we want. We need more players like Mariona. That's what we need. And then that'll take us to the next level. I don't think Viv would have taken us to the next level anymore. I think that the Mariona signing was a good one, and that's the sign that we need to. That's the type of signing we need to continue to make more of. The second half's about to start soon. Greg says we need a manager that's ruthless and tell Little and Walker they're not good enough and make the decision to drop these players. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. Joe says there, to grow the game, you need men supporters getting behind a women's game, I think. But they won't if it's full of pearl clutchers and giggly teenage girls. Well, no, you're right. I kind of agree with that. And I do think that the demographic of the women's game will need to change. And I think it is changing. We're not getting 60,000 at the Emirates of traditional women's football supporters, are we? Men are coming across and following it and going to the games now and making the crowds different. But it takes more than that, you're right. And I think it will change. And it is changing. It's just going to take time, isn't it? Joe says, I bet Cushing will call her. Absolutely. Terry says, he's about being posh. Riley says, disagree. We shouldn't alienate fans just because they're young. No, we're not talking about alienating fans. What we're saying is that the game won't grow if that's what the crowd is. It needs to be a mixture, doesn't it, of more traditional men's crowd, the traditional women's crowd. No one's saying we don't want them there. What we're saying is that that's not enough to grow the game, is it? And it isn't. It isn't, quite honestly. Terry says, pay the money, get sorted in. I would not disagree. Joe says, I'm about the groupies and their crushes who just follow a player or not. No, absolutely. And you only get that in women's football. You do. Anyway, Everton trying to come forward to start of this second half, but the ball's run through to Manu Zinsberger. I agree with you, Joe. And that doesn't mean that, all women supporters are like that, because they're not. It's a small number, but you're right. And then it puts pressure on everybody else, doesn't it? Then we can't, like what happened when Viv went. What Viv going was the right decision, absolutely the right decision for the club at that time, 100%. You don't offer a player a new contract who ain't played, because she's always injured, and when she did play, she was nowhere near her best. That was the right decision to get a player in like Mariona. Come on, that's what we want to see happening. But the backlash to that has been incredible. Anyway, Frida Minor coming forward now. Arsenal looking to get the goal at the start of the second half. Kim Little plays it across to Chloe Kelly on the edge of the box, flicks it through. It's a good ball. Leslie Russo on the turn, but she couldn't get enough power behind the shot. And it's well saved by Courtney Brosnan in the Everton goal. Matthew says, players have guts or skill. You need ones with both, and a manager to remind them what they have. No, exactly, yeah. Absolutely. Aggie says Mead. Well, I don't think we need to bring Mead on, do we? Anyway, Riley says, I don't like the girl fans, but they're also needed because they keep the social medias alive. There are girl fans and boys in all sports. That's just no, absolutely, you're right. And I do think getting that to grow the sport, though, we need to get a slightly different crowd involved as well. Anyway, Everton coming forward now. It's quite open second half. Oh, a cross right to the far post. Looking for the sub, Payne again. The goal scorer, Payne, who's about 4'6", but she's a little live wire in the box, isn't she? She did get herself the goal. Trying to get on the end of that to cross as well. Joe says, we were the blueprint when we didn't have to spend money and relied on the badge to get players. You're right. And when the sport was different, there wasn't money in the sport, was there? There was no TV coverage, or very little TV coverage. And yeah, we led the way then, and now we've got to find a way to get it right now. We've got the fundamentals there. It's on the pitch, isn't it? That's where the issues are now. We've got to sort it out, haven't we? Anyway, we're coming forward. It's been quite open start to this second half, hasn't it? Emily Fox plays up this near side to Chloe Kelly. Cuts in field and finds Leah Volti. LG says, getting Mariona is great, but we need a couple more Marionas. Exactly, that's the point, isn't it? We do need a couple more Marionas. And then, yeah, it would be fantastic, wouldn't it? And that's got to be the aim. Anyway, Chloe Kelly tries to chest it down to Leah Volti, loses the ball. And now Everton trying to come forward again, but Steph Catley does well. Good defending there. And it's played out to that far side to Katie McCabe. Touches it in field to Leah Volti. Plays it square to Emily Fox. Emily Fox brings the ball forward. And then it's Leah Volti. Plays out to that far side. Katie McCabe. Patient again from Arsenal, but we want a ball into the box at some point, please. Can we put a ball into the box maybe now? Over on that far side, Mariona thinks about it. Changes her mind and plays it back to Steph Catley. Now the ball's played into Mariona again. Threads it into the box. Leslie Russo tries to get a turn. And she's lost the ball. Good defending again, actually. That was Van Hoovermaart there, the Belgian. And Everton do clear it well. They have defended well. Let's give Everton credit. They are defending well. They have defended well. Riley says there, but how do we get more men's football fans with loads of them don't even take women's football seriously? No, you're right. How many still have such antiquated ideas? They're not all cool like you. Well, no, they're not all cool like me. You're right. But no, I agree with you. You're right. I mean, I've spoken to so many. I mean, I used to have a season ticket for the men's team. I used to go home and away watching the men's game. And I've always liked women's football. It's not, I've never liked it. I just used to follow the men's football more. But in recent years, it's gone the other way. And I've had so many conversations with people about women's football. And you hear the same things, don't you? It's rubbish. And there is still too many people with that attitude. You're absolutely right. And hopefully, the more coverage it gets, the more that we can do on YouTube and stuff like that. I think that that's going to help and make people realise actually it's good. Women's football is great, and it's probably better in many ways to men's football in a lot of ways. Anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal, so let's see if we can get a goal here, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Katie McCabe it is, who's going to take it on this near side, again towards the far post. It's headed, up rather than out by Holmesgard, I think it was. Falls to Chloe Kelly, tries a shot. It's an own goal. Oh, it's not. It's a great save, actually. Well, it was almost an own goal from Holmesgard. Great save from Courtney Brosnan. Arsenal on the attack again. Falls into the box there for Steph Catley, still up from that corner, but Everton do clear it away. And it was almost Arsenal back in front, but it would have been an own goal. Joe says, this is reminding me of Jonas football, passing, and more passing. Well, it is, yeah. But realistically, what did we expect when Jonas went and we just got his assistant? It was never going to be massively different, was it? And I do think that the early bounce has obviously gone, and now we're drifting back into how we were playing under Jonas. The second half of last season, the start of this season, it's no real different, is it? And that was almost an own goal. But what a save, actually. Well, you have to, again, you've got to give the goalkeeper credit. That was a great save. Anyway, Arsenal now with a lot of pressure. Can we finally get this second goal, go back in front? The ball's played forward. It's going to go out for a corner, is it? Or is Kimber going to keep it in? No, she lets it run behind it. It is a corner to Arsenal. But yeah, you're right. It is Jonas ball, and I think we all got a little bit carried away before Christmas when we were winning all those games. Games that Jonas would have probably won, let's be honest, most of them. The Bayern Munich game is the only one that maybe stands out. But anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal, this time over on the far side. Again, it's going to be Katie McCabe with it. Outswinger this time towards the near post. It's flicked away, though, by Everton again. Still not quite getting those balls into the box right, are we? Katie McCabe again over on that far side. Now it's Leah Williamson. Can she get across in? Finds Marion inside the box. It's going to be the moment. Frida Marnham. Oh, just wide. And Frida Marnham comes alive in those situations inside the penalty area. It's a nice move again from Arsenal. Mariota could have had a shot herself, but touched it off to Frida. Leaning back she was. Oh, and she just put it across the goal. Not quite into that far post. Joe says, oh, unlucky it was. Jerry says we need forwards penetrating runners. Yeah, maybe you're right. LG says you said a couple of months ago that maybe we need a manager with a different philosophy entirely, and you're totally right. Yeah, I must admit I wasn't convinced that Renee was the right one at first. I think she deserved the opportunity because of the results, but I still think Jonas would have won most of those games. I really do. And obviously now we're seeing the problems with not getting a top manager in, unfortunately. Matthew says both my parents played sport, so all this garbage I see with these triggered men is quite funny to me. No, you're right, it is quite funny. I agree. LG says we are overplaying. We are overplaying, absolutely. Riley says, Richard, what would you say about Serena Wiegman to Arsenal after the Euros? Would you take her? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because Serena Wiegman is a top manager. So I would. I think she's kind of lost her way a bit with England. I don't think that's just her fault. I think that, the players available to her aren't really there. And she seems to have lost her mojo a little bit. But maybe a new challenge is what she needs. I certainly wouldn't say no if Arsenal were to get her. Absolutely not. But I think, Renee's got a contract till the end of next season. So I don't think we'll be making a change anyway at the end of this season. The only chance possibly is if we finish fourth, don't win the Champions League, we're not even in it next season. Maybe then they might make that change at the end of the season and say, sorry, Renee, it's not quite working. But I think if we finish in the top three, she's almost guaranteed to keep her job next season, isn't she? And then depending on how that goes, big summer, of course, to come in the transfer market, then we'll see, won't we? LG says the only caveat with Wiegman is a lack of experience in club football. Yeah, maybe, but I think a good manager is a good manager. I think if they understand the game, if they're tactically aware, they know how to get the best out of the players, and I think Serena's proved all of those things. So yes, I agree in terms of club management, but ultimately managing a football team, isn't it? It's working with players, it's tactical, it's all those different things. And I think Serena has got all those qualities. and she's proved herself at the very top level. You know, she's won 2 international competitions. She's got to World Cup finals, 2 World Cup finals. You know, she's got the record that, you know, you'd look at and think, yeah. But I still think Emma Hayes would be the answer. You couldn't really go wrong, could you, with Emma Hayes? But anyway, Greg says, I don't believe Chelsea are the blueprint. The money they're spending on players and a poor fan base is to say, well, no, but I think on the pitch, I think off the pitch, we've got everything right, haven't we? Well, not everything. We've got most things right. We've got the infrastructure there. We've got the fan base, all this kind of stuff. But I think on the pitch, the way Chelsea have it's spending money, but that's what you need to do now. It's modern football, isn't it? And we might want to live in utopia and say, well, let's try and win everything without that. It's not going to happen, is it, these days? Modern football is about money. If you want to be successful, you've got to spend money. You've got to get the best that you can, whether it's the best manager, the best players, the best staff, the best facilities. And we've got a lot of it, but not enough. And Chloe Kelly's ball into the box, headed out again. Good defending by Everton. Is it good defending or is it just poor final balls? Anyway, Arsenal coming forward again now here. Kim Little. Chloe Kelly's dropped wide here to get the ball. Plays it back into Emily Fox. She's going to get it back again. Chloe Kelly, can she line up across? Cuts back in field. Plays the ball back to Leah Williamson. Now it's back with Chloe Kelly again. Low cross this time. Again, it's cleared away. And again, the final ball hasn't fallen for Arsenal. Jerry says, having managed Chelsea, will Hayes come to Arsenal? Well, she was at Arsenal before as a coach. She's an Arsenal fan. And she says, Serena is class. No, she is class. I like Serena. I love Serena. Anyway, Kim Little now. Lovely run. Plays the ball out to Leslie Russo. A shot over the crossbar again. We can't get the finish. Get Steiner on now. Come on. You left it too late on Sunday. Let's not leave it too late today. Get the sub on early. Get the subs on early. Joey says unlucky. Well, you could say unlucky goal. You could say bad finishing again. I thought that was a poor finish, not to hit the target. Miss Pinksall says Steiner coming on soon. I agree. I hope so. Riley says I wish Chelsea had more fans. And that we played at Stamford Bridge all the time, but it's not. I'm not going to lie. I'd take trophies over 60k fans. And that, of course, you would. Yeah. Anyway, Katie McKay with a cross deflected. It's going to be another corner. No, you're right. And football's about trophies and success, isn't it? It's not just about filling a stadium. It's not about having a massive fan base. It's about success on the pitch. And we, unfortunately, haven't had enough of it in recent years. And Chelsea have. And it hurts us to see, but it is the way it is. And we've got to do better. We've got to be better. You know, we've got another corner, which Chloe Kelly's about to take over on that far side in front of those Arsenal fans behind the goal. It's a decent corner. Leah Williamson attacks at the near post. It's going to come back to Leah Williamson. And again, it's been fired over the crossbar. And again, our finishing's letting us down in this game. We've had enough chances. And it's just not quite happened, has it? Leah Williamson there, again, she was leaning back as she hit it and couldn't keep it down. Is that goal too small, do you think? I'm not sure. Anyway, Frederick says trophies in front of 60,000. Well, that's the dream, my friend. That is the dream. And I'm sure one day that's what we're going to start to see. But it seems a bit of a way off. You'd imagine with the big crowd we're getting, eventually we're going to have more money to be able to invest in the team. And let's hope the club do the right thing. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure we've got the right owners at the club in place, if I'm totally honest. Miss Pinksall says, apparently the goal is using a cloaking device. We can't see it. Yeah, I think that must be what it is, because we can't hit it at a minute, can we? But YouTube Centre That Free Speech says, big second half needed from the team. It was a very poor goal we gave away. We must win. It's as simple as that. Absolutely. We are trying. We're coming forward again, as we have done most of this second half. Frederick's, well, that must be some Swedish stuff there, which is nice. Anyway, also coming forward again, and we don't have enough Swedish players on the pitch. That's the problem, isn't it? Matthew says, you must take chances and show initiative. Nothing to do with Renee. It will always be the players for me. Well, I think it's both, isn't it? The manager's job is to get the results and to get the best out of the players. And the players have got to perform on the pitch. Of course they have. But that's the manager's the one who prepares them, sets the tactics up, the line-up, all this kind of stuff, makes the substitutions, all these kind of things. And they're important as well, aren't they? The players on the pitch just have to go out there and play football, which is what they should be doing anyway, because that's who doesn't want to go out there and play football. They've got the easy bit, the players, really. And that's why the managers lose their jobs and the players don't. Anyway, Mariona now on this near side Arsenal are putting the pressure on. She's just lost the ball, actually. And Everton again playing out from the back and taking chances, and they've given away a throw again. Joe says, if Arsenal don't rebuild over the summer, I think I'll scream. Anyway, Fordy is coming on. Caitlin Ford is about to come on for Arsenal. And Beth Mead and Kyra Cooney-Cross. And is that Stina as well? We're not making 4 subs in one go, are we? Anyway, Leah Williamson's one. No, I thought Leah Williamson was one of the players going off, but she isn't, I don't think. Frida Marnham's going off. This is a bold move, this. So Beth Mead's coming on. Kim Little's gone off. I think Chloe Kelly's coming off as well. Beth Mead's going on. And yeah, Kim Little's come off. Stina's coming on. And Kyra's coming on. You imagine Leah Volti will come off, will she, do you think? Well, Leah Volti's come across here. I'm not sure if she's going off or not. No one seems to know. Yeah, it is Leah Volti going off. The board kind of wouldn't work properly there. And Kyra, so well, 4 subs in one go. So just to repeat that, then Kyra's on, Kyra Cooney-Cross is on, Beth Mead's on, Caitlin Ford's on, Stina Blackstennis is on, Chloe Kelly's gone off, Leah Volti's gone off, Kim Little's gone off, and Frida Marnham's gone off. A complete rethink in midfield. So let's see if that makes a difference. Ever making a couple of subs as well. It's going to be the other Holmesgaard, Karen Holmesgaard's coming on, and Wheeler as well. And it's going to be Snodgis is going off, is one of the players going off for Wheeler. And I think that's Van Hoovermark's going off for the other Holmesgaard. So the 2 Holmesgaard twins are both on the pitch now, just to make life a lot easier for us. Grat says Stina's on indeed. Terry says charity case after Winnie's coming. I thought she played all right again, actually. She did all right. She was certainly no worse than any of the others. Anyway, we've played midway through this second half, a flurry of substitutions there. Let's see whose substitutions work better and quicker. East 11 1, Arsenal 1. Arsenal got a throw on its near side. Emily Fox is going to take it for Arsenal subs. Stina getting involved straight away, holds the ball up, finds Mariona. Stina's going to get the winner here, there's no doubt. LG says Stina is correct, that's my honest opinion. Well, you're entitled to your honest opinion, my friend. I totally disagree with you. But you're allowed your opinion, absolutely, even though you're wrong on this particular occasion. Anyway, Emily Fox, is this going to be the goal? Oh, it's gone right across, it is the goal. Caitlin Ford's first touch, and Arsenal grabbed the lead again. The substitutions paying off there. What a great bit of football that was. Emily Fox's cross. Lovely, lovely football. That was a beautiful goal, actually. Absolutely beautiful goal. And, wow, we are back in front. And finally, we get the goal. Lovely play from Russo. Lovely play from Fox. And it was scrambled in at the far post from Caitlin Ford. Well, actually, that may have been an own goal, but Caitlin Ford's claiming it, and why not? Of course, she is. Terry says 40. Matthew says fumble goal. I'll take it when it was a little bit. Ms. Pinksock says 40. Wow. Has gone Oh, we're back. I don't know what's been happening now. It must be, I say, it's on the internet on my computer. I'm not sure. Anyway, we are back in front. That's the main thing, isn't it? And obviously, Renee is now going to be given massive credit because she made the subs and one of them scored within, 60 seconds. Terry says, how did Stina not score that? Because it went too far in front of her. But it doesn't matter because it went in. And Fordy scored. So it doesn't matter who scores, does it, really? I do feel a little bit with Stina that when she comes on, she needs 10 minutes to get into the game. And I mean, she's got a bit more time this time than she did at the weekend. Terry says, how long was Charity Case off the pitch before we scored 1 minute? Well, yeah, I don't think that was the reason necessarily, but anyway, there we go. Matthew says, look like an own goal. Yeah, I kind of thought it might end up being given as an own goal, maybe. But for now, we'll give it to Fordy, shall we? But she's got a good goal scoring record against Everton, actually, Fordy, hasn't she? LG says, that's what happens when you play through the pockets. If we'd done that at the start, we'd have been out of sight. We've got the right players on to do it now, haven't we? It was Emily Fox's lovely cross, actually. Beth Mead plays it back to Emily Fox again. 66 minutes played. And Arsenal all giving the ball away in midfield there, but Steph Catley's going to play it back to Manu Zinsberger. And she looks uncomfortable with the ball at her feet, doesn't she, Manu? Another player maybe past her best, of course. But she's going to maybe have to play against Real Madrid on Tuesday. We'll, of course, be here for that game for you. Katie McCabe now bringing the ball forward for Arsenal. We need a third goal. I don't have any doubt about that. We saw what happened in the first half. We scored at a similar time in the first half, didn't we? And then we ended up conceding. Let's get the third goal, kill this off. Caitlin Ford plays the ball off to Mariona Caldente. Switches it to this near side. Emily Fox again. Chips the ball to the far post. It's coming in. This shot comes in. It's just wide. Leslie Russo it was. It's going to be a corner. Put under pressure there. She was actually good defending again from Mielda that time. And again, it was Emily Fox's cross. And it was good defending, actually, in the end. It is a corner to Arsenal. Oh, well, let's get this third goal. Let's not mess around like we did before. Let's kill this game off. Ms. Pinkton says, Fox is one of our best recent signs. Absolutely. Jerry says, Everton are getting deeper and deeper. Well, they are, but they did that in the first half, didn't they? And they still ended up coming out and getting a goal. Let's hope that this time we can get the third goal. Anyway, short corner to Kyra. Katie McCabe gets it back again. Chips across in. The header comes in. Hits the crossbar from Steph Catley. That was almost the third goal. Let's hope that isn't going to be a turning point in this game. Steph Catley with the header. Unlucky there. Rattled the crossbar, it did. Arsenal still in possession though. Katie McCabe over on that far side. Touches it into Leah Williamson. Is she going to line up across? No, she threads the ball through. This is a good play. Steph Catley with a shot. It's hit the post. Oh, Steph Catley's hit the woodwork twice in a few seconds. And Everton scrambled the ball away. Incredible stuff here. Poor old Steph. She's hit the crossbar with her header and then she just hit the post with that shot. And, wow, it remains 2-1. Quite how, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, let's hope that Arsenal can get the goal. Kyra Cooney cross now, bringing the ball forward for Arsenal. Wanting some movement ahead of her. Didn't really get it, so she has to play the ball back to Mariona. Starting to pull the strings now. She's more in the number 10 position. Why was she not in that position earlier on? We've gone with two up front, and that's working as well, isn't it? Why don't we start like this? I have no clue. Anyway, Beth Mead. And Arsenal now trying to come forward, get that third goal. Emily Fox plays it into Mariona Caldente. Vicky says, much better. Now we have some pace. Another goal is coming. You do feel it is coming. And we were so close to it there, wasn't we? Steph Catley on the ball. She's just hit the woodwork twice in consecutive efforts. And Stina there doing well, holding off the defender. Finds Kyra Cooney cross now. She finds Mariona Caldente bringing the ball forward. Mariona now it's with Emily Fox set up the second goal. Cross the walls of far post. Header comes in. Headed away again by Everton. And again in the final third, we're not quite making the most of it. But it's going to be another corner to Arsenal. The pressures are mounting now. Joe says agreed. I don't get why she doesn't start with these players in this pattern. Yeah, I don't know. It's much, much better, isn't it? Anyway, Katie McCabe with that cross it was before. And Steph's header beat the keeper and hit the bar. And then Leah Williamson's ball was threaded through to Steph. And a shot across the goalkeeper at the inside of the post. Wow, incredible, really. Steph Catley twice denied by the woodwork in, 10 seconds of football. Anyway, Katie McCabe again with this corner on this near side. She's not going to go short this time. She's going to whip it in towards the near post. The header comes in. Oh, it goes right away across to Leah Williamson. Touches it back to Mariona. Arsenal can't get this third goal. Beth Mead touches it off to Kyra. She's going to try a shot. No. Back out to this near side. Katie McCabe whips across in. The goalkeeper comes and manages to get there just ahead of Leslie Russo. And she plays it forward, looking for the run there of the Everton goal scorer, Tony Payne. But it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal. We're into the last 20 minutes here. And an Arsenal player's gone down. Can't see who it is, actually. Is it Steph Catley? Not sure, anyway. Matthew says it's intensity. The players can do it even when they went. No, you're right. Yeah, more intensity in our play is what's made the difference. But anyway, there's an injury now. I can't see who it is. I think it might be Steph Catley. She's getting some treatment anyway. And Leslie Russo just getting something out of the medical bag. In fact, she hasn't, because she's thought she was looking for a drink. Maybe she didn't find one in there. Anyway, it is 2-1 to Arsenal. We are edging towards this victory, but it's certainly not done yet, is it? We need a little bit more here. Joe says, well, everyone looks alive all of a sudden. And the subs have breathed life. Yeah, no, they have. The subs have made a big difference. But that's what subs are for, aren't they, I suppose? It just sometimes makes you wonder, why didn't we do that? Anyway. There's another hold-up in play here. Well, it is Steph Catley, isn't it? That's received some treatment there. Greg says, we always look more threatening with Russo and Stina together. Yeah, of course we do. It's a double-pronged attack, isn't it? LG says, Liverpool leading 2-0 against Man United. We could end the night second on goal difference. Wow. And says, Liverpool 2-0 up. Well, that's could be a good night for us then, couldn't it? It could be a good night for us here. Let's see. But this game's not won yet by any stretch of the imagination. We saw what happened in the first half. But we are playing slightly better now. I think the substitutions have made a massive difference. Steph Catley's back on the pitch, plays the ball forward to Stina over on that far side. And she's going to win the corner. Well done, Stina. And this is good stuff from Arsenal now, piling on this pressure. But we need the third goal. You do feel if we get a third goal, we'll probably go on and get a fourth or maybe a fifth. But until we get the third, we're going to be quite nervous, aren't we? Every time Everton spring forward, which not happen very often. But anyway, let's see. LG says, we need to kill the game off. We nearly drew 4-4 against West Ham. Absolutely, we did. This corner comes in. It's not a bad corner. Goalkeeper under pressure, punches it clear. It's going to go out for another corner, is it? Or is it going to be kept in? No, it's going out for another corner to I don't know how many corners we've had in this game. Loads. Ag says, I really hope Liverpool wins against Chelsea. Yeah, I do. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice to see Liverpool in the final after they beat us. Anyway, this is a low corner towards the near post. Not great, actually. That was from Kyra. She's won the ball back again, but now Everton in possession. This is where we need to worry, don't we? Vicky says, little Walty and Marner midfield does not work. Same as the game against West Ham. Yeah, absolutely, you're right. It doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work. Anyway, going to be another two substitutions now for Everton. It's going to be Lawley and Olsen coming on for them, throwing the last roll of the dice for them, really, isn't it? And Hayley Ladd is one of the players coming off for Olsen. Oh, and the goal scorer, Tony Payne's going off as well. Riley says, I'll switch to the Liverpool-Man U game. That Olivia Smith's a really good footballer. Should get a move away from Paul. I think blue would suit her. No, she'll definitely look better in staying in red. With maybe white sleeves on her kit would be better for her. I think that's what she needs. But you're right, she's a fantastic player. She was brilliant against us last week, of course, in the FA Cup. One of the best players in the WSL outside of the top four teams, isn't she? Absolutely. And I'm sure she will get a big move at some point, whether it's this coming summer or not, I'm not sure. But you do feel as though a bigger club than Liverpool are going to be snapping her up. Hopefully it'll be us, because I think she'd add a lot to this team. You know, she's young, got pace, the things that we're lacking. She's got all of those things. So, yeah, let's see. But for the time being, let's worry about the players that we've got on the pitch that need to get this job done. So important that we get this done. Which means she's Canadian. She's Canadian, absolutely. Anyway, Stina's in over on this near side. Stina inside the box. Can she finish? Oh, she's offside. Oh, she was just about to finish it as well. She was just about to lob that into the goal. But the flag was up. That's the first time she's been offside, actually. She's only been on for 10 minutes. Anyway, we've got 15 minutes left of this game. And we're going to get down to that point, aren't we, where it's squeaky bum time, as they say, if it stays at 2-1 anyway. And Everton now coming forward, and that's not going to be a good sign. That wasn't a good ball. And Katie McCabe's there. Joe says, I wonder if Renee put 4 subs on to worry Everton at a time when they were starting to tie. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Anyway, Stina's got the ball on this near side. Plays it back to Beth Mead. Holds off the challenge, Beth, and wins the throw for Arsenal. Joe says, need a third. We do need a third. Absolutely, we need a third. Although if we keep the ball in this half of the pitch where it is at the minute, then we're going to be okay, aren't we? But we don't want to go through a nervy ending like we did against West Ham, do we? Or indeed against Liverpool, where we conceded a late goal to lose. Anyway, Emily Fox now does really well. Beth Mead plays the ball square to Kyra Cooney cross. Gets it to Kate McCabe. She's going to line up a shot. She hits a shot. The goalkeeper fumbles it. Beth's in. Goalkeeper saves it again. Oh, good save, actually. The second one. The first one, she seemed to fumble a little bit, Courtney Brosnan. But the second one from Beth Mead was a fantastic save. Katie McCabe it was with her first shot from distance. She's got a lot behind it, but the keeper seemed to fumble. It did bounce in front of her, to be fair. But her save from Beth Mead's follow-up was sensational, actually. That was a really good save. And that could have been the moment there. We've hit the woodwork twice. We've just been denied twice there. Is it going to be one of those nights where we concede a daft goal at the end when a game that we should comfortably be winning? It wouldn't be the first time that's happened this season or indeed last. Anyway, Stina puts pressure on the goalkeeper. Everton's still persisting on playing it out from the back. And this time it sort of works to a degree, but Kyra Cooney cross steps in and Leslie Russo couldn't quite make the most of that. But we do keep possession now with Kyra again. And she plays the ball back to Katie McCabe, and that's with Steph Catley. And that's back to Manu Zinsberger. Please don't make a mistake at the back, Arsenal. Do not make any mistakes. And that's back with Manu Zinsberger again. And she gets it to Leah Williamson on this near side. You feel a bit safer when Leah Williamson's got the ball, don't you? Because she's unlikely to do something stupid. But when Manu's got the ball at her feet, it's panic stations, isn't it? Anyway, Steph Catley was denied by the woodwork twice in a matter of seconds in this second half. Now it is with Manu Zinsberger again. Finds Steph Catley. Joe says, can't we just keep the ball away from Manu? Well, that would be the idea. That would be the plan. I would quite like it if it was away from her. And it is now. It's up towards halfway. Now it's into the Everton half. Beth Mead now have a little bit of space. Wasn't a good touch, but she's managed to get around the defender. No, she hasn't. And Everton now can break. And suddenly the game's become a little bit too open, hasn't it? For Arsenal's liking. And Everton suddenly, as they did in the first half, suddenly from nowhere, suddenly coming forward. And of course, they did get a goal on the back of a little bit of pressure that they had in that first half, didn't they? And Arsenal sort of having to hang on a little bit now. Coming into the last 10 minutes. Joe says, Everton have come alive. They have. Maggie says, please another goal, Arsenal. Yes, that's what we need. We need this third goal, definitely. It's starting to get nervy now, isn't it? It's starting to get very, very nervy. That ball forward. We've given it away. Everton now on this near side. It's Holmesgard plays it into the box. There's too much space. The ball comes across. It's offside. Luckily, could have been a chance there for Everton. Wow. Again, Arsenal not defending great, but we were saved by the offside flag this time. And it's going to be a free kick. We're making harder work of this than is really necessary, I suppose. Joe says I'm having kittens. Yeah, I think you're not the only one. It's starting to get very nerve. Anyway, this could settle it now as Caitlin Ford comes forward now. Stina touch. Oh, that's a good ball. Emily Fox now bringing it forward. Come on, let's get the third goal. Let's finish this off. That's a lovely ball played back to Stina inside the box. Oh, good save again by the Everton goalkeeper, Courtney Brosnan. She has made some good saves in this second half. You have to say, Everton just giving the ball away again. And Arsenal pressing now. And Leslie Russo. Surely that's a foul there on Beth Mead. Surely that's a foul. It is. And that's another good save, though, from the goalkeeper there. Emily Fox with the ball. Stina got it on the edge of the box. And it's a decent save. Again, the goalkeeper's done well. There you go. Joe says defence playing into Manu too often and staying too deep indeed. Terry says Mido lost it. She ain't the place she was, not by a long shot. No, you're absolutely right. I agree. She isn't. Emily Fox has now gone down. And that's a worry because she is playing well again. I do think that Beth struggled to get her form back. I think the problem is she was playing so well before her injury that although now she's playing okay, it looks bad because of how good she was. And she's struggling to get back to that level again. I said when she was injured, would she ever be able to reach that level again? She was the best player in the world. In 2022, she was the best player in the world by an absolute mile. Greg says it wasn't a good save. It was a poor shot. Well, it was on target and the goalie had to keep it out. So it's a good save. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal on this near side. Kyra and Katie are both over this. You do imagine it's going to be Katie McCabe. She could actually shoot from here, She could whip that round into that near post. Instead, she stands out towards the far post. And Leslie couldn't quite get the header in, and Courtney Brosnan got a fist on it to get it away. And Arsenal play all the way back now to the goalkeeper, Manu Zinsberger. Clips the ball forward up this near side, and Everton managed to keep it in today. In fact, that's just hoofed anywhere. And now Leslie Russo's trying to get on the end of it. She can't quite get there. It's hoofed away again. We're into the last 8 minutes. It's still Everton 1, Arsenal 2. And we're coming into the crucial time of this game. Can Arsenal get the third goal? Which obviously now would seal the deal. Emily Fox plays it back to Mariona Caldente, who's been fairly quiet in the last 5 minutes or so, 6 minutes. Not really had much of that ball, but she's done well there. Kyra Cooney cross now inside the centre circle. Plays it back to Steph Catley. Now it's with Leah Williamson. Steps over halfway. Plays it to Emily Fox. Now into Kyra Cooney cross. This is nice. But Leslie Russo can't get the ball under control. But Mariona steps in, wins it back. And now Emily Fox goes back to Leah Williamson. Terry says, we never fire our crosses in, they're always floated. Yeah, they are. There's another floated ball there, flicked on by Beth, but nobody made the run in. And it's rolled through. In fact, there's an offside again, is there? Wow, okay. So we are into the last 7 minutes. Everton have got a free kick here in their own defensive third. And the ball's played back to the goalkeeper. If there's going to be another substitution, I think there might be. Arsenal, of course, can make one more. In fact, now Emily Fox has gone down again. This isn't good, isn't it? LG says, Beth Mead wasn't the best player in the world in 2022. I disagree. It was Sam Kerr. She's never been better than Sam Kerr. Let's be objective. Sam Kerr didn't play in the Euros because she's Australian. No, I disagree. Sam Kerr's a good player, but all she really does is score goals and misses chances. She misses as many chances as Stina, but she plays 90 minutes every week and she gets goals. I think as an all-round player, Beth Mead was levels ahead of her in 2022. It's nothing to do with the Euros. Yeah, the Euros was a part of it. Of course, she was player of the tournament. But her form for Arsenal and England before that, going into the Euros, her form for Arsenal, and then straight afterwards as well, before her injury, she was levels above Sam Kerr. Sam Kerr's a goal scorer, and that's all. Beth Mead was just a fantastic all-round player. And yeah, she's not back at that level. I'm sure she admitted it herself. Will she ever get back to that level? I don't think so, no. But I believe she was the best player in 2022 in the world. And her injury came at just the wrong time. You know, if you're going to get an injury like that, there's no good time to get one, I suppose. But you certainly don't want to get one when you're in that form, do you? You're better off getting one where maybe you're not playing so well if you're going to get an injury like that, which obviously you don't want, do you? And Emily Fox is still down, getting some treatment. This is a worry, isn't it, ahead of Real Madrid on Tuesday. We don't want any injuries tonight, do we? Terry says, Mido was the best in the world in 2022 and there's never been a racist like Sam. Well, exactly, yeah, that's always a bonus, isn't it, I suppose. But no, I think she was, clearly for me. She was robbed of the Ballon d'Or that year, absolutely robbed of it. And it looks as though Arsenal are going to make another substitution now. Little Cubby says, I agree, Rich Beth was the best player in 2022. Sam Kerr, don't make me laugh, exactly, yeah. I mean, Sam Kerr's a good player, don't get me wrong. She scores a lot of goals, but come on. Anyway, Lena Hurtig's coming on, which is nice. And Emily Fox is going off. Hopefully she's going to be, please let her be fit for Tuesday. She'll be a big miss if not. Joe said it'd be interesting to see how Kerr comes back. Will she return to her previous level? Well, I don't think she will straight away. I think like any player, as we've seen with Beth, as we saw with Leah, I think it takes a long time to get your form back when you've been out for a while. So we'll see. Anyway, there's 4 minutes of normal time. There's going to be loads of stoppage time in this game. It's Lena Hurtig playing right back. Wow. She's just giving the ball away, actually. That's a bit of a worry, isn't it? Well, if she has just sort of won it back, and Beth Mead's come and helped her out. Lena Hurtig playing right back. Isn't Jenna Knight Swanger surely a better option? She's a fullback by nature. And okay, she's left-footed, but surely she'd be a better option than playing Lena Hurtig there, wouldn't she? Anyway, Stina's done well there to keep possession. Lucky says, let's be honest, Chelsea don't need Kerr. They have a gazillion strikers. Well, yeah, that's true, they do. Absolutely. And I think that's a bit of an understatement with gazillion as well. Greg says, people like Sam Kerr should have their work permits taken away and sent back to that massive prison called Australia. No, I kind of agree with some of that. I quite like Australia though, but yeah, I suppose it was full of British criminals, wasn't it? I suppose. Anyway, Arsenal trying to get this third goal, and Stina's done well there. Turns away from one challenge and another one, and plays the ball out to that far side. That's good play from Stina. Finds Katie McCabe. Come on, Katie, let's get this third goal. Katie brings the ball forward. She's going to get a shot away. She touches off instead to Beth Mead. Let it run when maybe she should have tried to get it under control. And there's now a free kick. Beth Mead's conceded. And says Liverpool 3 up. Wow, Liverpool 3-0 up. See, we don't feel so bad that they beat us now, do we? Now they beat Man U as well. Egg says, no, don't play Lena at right back. No, I agree. Ever make another substitution. Hayashi's just gone off. And it is Watson's come on. We're into the last 2 minutes of normal time, but there's going to be a big chunk of stoppage time in this game, a whole host of substitutions, a couple of injuries. You're probably looking at 6 or 7 minutes of stoppage time, so there's still plenty of time. Hey, Lena is playing right back. Wow, I'm shocked. Is Jenna Knight Stronger not fit or something? Surely you'd play her, wouldn't you? You could even play Kate McCabe. Well, anyway, there's a chance here. The ball's played into Stina inside the box. Oh, she couldn't quite get it there, and the defenders come across. And the chance has gone. And Arsenal have threatened a third goal on a number of occasions in this second half. Since we got the second one, haven't quite managed to be able to do it. And it remains 2-1. And we remain on edge as Everton come forward over on that far side. I mean, if you're Everton, you're going to be attacking this left-hand side, wouldn't you, with Lena Hurtig playing right back. What on earth is wrong with... Surely you'd bring Jenna Knight Stronger at left back and play Kate McCabe at right back, wouldn't you, when you're 2-1 up? Surely that's what you would do. You wouldn't risk playing a player who's never played that position before. Anyway, Beth Mead plays it into Stina this time. Stina's round Leslie's Russo, so around the keeper. And it is 3-1 finally. Everton play it out from the back. And they got themselves in all sorts of trouble. And terrible pass. Leslie Russo's in, takes it round the keeper. And that is that. It is 3-1. That is game over. Finally, we can relax. Everton got themselves in trouble. You know, we've gifted Everton a goal with some poor defending. That was poor defending there from Everton. Leslie Russo takes advantage of it. Vicky says, Beth doing well. No, she's doing well. It's just, I think it's just a problem with not being as good as she was. Miss Pixar says Russo. Joe says goal. Lucky says goal. Little Cubby says yes. That seals it now, doesn't it? Surely. And there's still time to get a couple more, because there's going to be a big chunk of stoppage time. We're into the last minute of the 90. Second goal of the night for Leslie Russo. Arsenal now 3-1 up and getting those 3 points, moving up to second place in the table. That cross comes in and poor Manu just gets there. LG says, I know I've said Stina is crap, but that's not like I mean she's a terrible player. I just feel her biggest problem is confidence. Sorry about that again. I don't know what's happening here. No, I think with Stina, she needs to be playing regular. That's the problem. And it's like any striker. If you're not playing regularly, you're going to find it difficult, aren't you, to get in your rhythm. And I think strikers need that. And that's the problem that she's got more than anything. But anyway, she's still a good player. Miss Pink Sock says there, Media's still a good player. She's just a different player than before. Well, yeah, she's had to change her game a little bit, but she's just nowhere near. She isn't as good. She's still a good player, but she's not as good as she was. I think that's the thing, isn't it? Lucky said we should be finishing second this season. We should be, yeah. Absolutely, we should be. I'm still baffled by this Lena Hurtig playing right back situation here. Anyway. Little Cubby says, yes, round the edges. My dad lives round the edges near Perth. Oh, right, okay, cool. I love Australia, me. I've got family over there. LG says, what do people make of Jenna Knight-Swanger? Why sign if you won't play? It must be so frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Frederick says, but Stina only plays 20 minutes a game, sometimes 30. Exactly, yeah, you're right. Joe says, Media's play. Well, no, she's played all right, yeah, but she's still not as good as she was. And that's the thing, isn't it? Greg says, Stina is a good player. She should get more playing time. It doesn't help her playing for an average international team. You be careful, Greg. There's going to be some people after you for that. Vicky says, strange final substitution at the end of the last 2 games. Players out of position. Yeah, very, very strange. Anyway, it looks like we're winning this game. There's 7 minutes of stoppage time. We've played 3 of those minutes. So there's still 4 minutes left. Time to get another goal. Come on, let's have another one, shall we? Round it all off very nicely. Caitlin Falls made a difference, of course, scored after a minute of coming on, put us back in front, and that's maybe made the difference here today, the substitutions. I don't think there's much doubt about that tonight. It's been a difficult game. We kind of felt it would be a difficult game. I don't think there's any doubt we deserve to win. Annie says, I live in Brisbane, Australia, best country in the world. I'm not going to disagree with you. I've got nothing against Australia at all. I love it. Ag says, nice ending this Friday. Let's hope so. LG says, Liverpool is also experiencing a new manager bounce. Well, yeah, two wins out of 2. Yeah, incredible. Obviously, it won't last like ours hasn't. But the new manager bounce is definitely a thing. Ours lasted about 3 months, though, didn't it? And then they appointed a full time, and suddenly it's been a lot more difficult. But anyway, we're winning this game tonight by the look of things now, barring some late miracle. Cara Cooney-Cross tries to win the ball in midfield, and Leah Williamson steps in. She is in good form again. Leah, I'm going to say it's a lovely ball through, almost a lovely ball through, just over hit, and it's gone through to Courtney Brosnan, who's probably been Everton's best player, or certainly one of them. All their defenders have played well, actually, tonight for Everton. Quite difficult to pick a player of the match, actually, from all of this, isn't it? I suppose Leslie Russo is going to end up getting it again, isn't she, for her 2 goals? And she's played pretty well. Mariona's played pretty well. It's been an okay performance. I think we've played some good football at times. We've lacked cutting edge at times. We've made some daft mistakes at the back at times. And we're playing Lena Herzog at right back, which is very strange. Anyway, she's coming forward now, Lena, where she's much more comfortable. That's a nice ball in field to Leslie Russo. Of course, on a hat-trick, Leslie Russo. That's a good ball, actually, to Beth Mead. Plays into the box. Stina's there. Oh, and she's put it wide. That was a big chance for Stina to get a goal. And maybe she should have finished that one. Good move, actually. She may well have been offside, actually, but she's put it wide. That was a bad miss, actually, from Stina. She's looking a bit frustrated. LG says we're playing Liverpool at the Emirates next weekend. That's going to be tough. Another potential banana. Absolutely. They won at the Emirates last season. Vicky P says there, what more can Bev do to create a goal? Well, yeah, that was put on a plate almost. Anyway, we've still got a minute and a half of stoppage time here. Arsenal won this game and we are going up to second in the league. Katie McCabe now in possession for Arsenal, plays it square to Kyra Cooney Cross, plays the ball forward. Stina, let's see where Stina touches off. Stina's going to get it back again. It's going to be Stina's moment. Oh, good save. It's going to come all the way to the far post and there's no one coming in. Again, the goalkeeper's done well to deny Stina. Maybe she is lacking a little bit of confidence. And anyway, we're back just as the full-time whistle goes. It has finished here at Walton Hall Park. Everton 1, Arsenal 3. We made slightly hard work of it, but we needed the win, and we've got the win. We played well in the first 25 minutes, got the lead. It was Leslie Russo turning in Kim Little's cross at the near post. We probably deserved to be in front at that time, but then the game kind of slipped away from us a little bit before half-time. We conceded a soft goal. It was Tony Payne put it in from close range after some terrible defending, really. The second half, we huffed and puffed a bit for a while. But then we brought on 4 substitutions, and it was one of them, Caitlin Ford, put us back in front. It was a lovely cross from Emily Fox. And then we just couldn't quite kill the game off, could we? We hit the woodwork twice. Courtney Brosnan, the Everton goal, made 3 or 4 great saves, actually. But we finally got the third goal in the dying moments. It was Leslie Russo, again, poor defender from Everton at that time, and she took it around the keeper to slot it in. And we got the points over the line. Important for 3 points is with Manchester United, and that is exactly what we've done. Oh, sorry about that again. I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, Miss Pink says finally goal replay. Yes, we did see it. 110 Volt says finishing in front of goal is still a little bit of a concern. Absolutely, no, I agree. That finishing wasn't great today. Absolutely wasn't at all. Vicky says comfortable win for me, so much better after that. I wouldn't say it was a comfortable win. It was in the end to get that third goal, but it took a while, didn't it? Greg says, well, a good training session for Tuesday. Let's hope Emily Fox is going to be fit, actually. Ange B says we won. Happy Friday indeed. It is a happy Friday because we've got the victory. Yes, I mean, there's still issues, there's still problems, it's still not flowing. There seems to be some, I don't know, Renee seems to be mixing players' positions around. I don't know what's going on. She's not using Jenna Nightswanger. But anyway, it came good in the end for us tonight. We deserved to win, there's no doubt. We're a better team by quite some distance, let's be honest. We could have scored 6 or 7 goals, but in the end, we made it more difficult for ourselves. But we got the 3 points, and we're going to be up to second because there we go. Mitch Pinksall says, thanks for the fun chat. Rich, get your audio fixed. Well, it seems to be my laptop, actually. It just seems to be freezing. I might need to do a factory reset, we'll see. But anyway, there you go. Grat says, what a lovely end of the week. Dungarden yesterday and Arsenal today. Yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a good evening tonight anyway. That's the main thing. Vicky says it could have been 6 comfortable. Yeah, but when it was only 2-1 with 5 minutes left, you know, I was getting a bit nervy actually. But we got the job done anyway. And yeah, we fully deserved it. And you're right, it could have been 6. Could have been, but it wasn't. And that's the point, isn't it? You know, we needed that third goal. I think if the third goal goes in earlier, I think we cruised the victory in that game, and we probably would have scored 6 or 7. But we got the job done in the end. We got it over the line, and that's the main thing, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's all you can do. So, yes, with Manchester United losing, I mean, that game's still going on, I think, isn't it? Because it started later, didn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's 3-0, 87th minute. Wow. Olivia Smith with 2, Nagano with the other. So let's just have a look at the table quickly. We are second on goal difference, which is good. 8 points behind Chelsea. Can still do it, can we? Can we still win the league? No. But we have got a 4-point buffer now on Manchester City in 4th. That's important. Liverpool up to 5th, actually. Of course, we play them next Saturday evening, don't we? So, yeah, interesting finish to the season. Of course, we will be back very, very soon. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Matthew says, a win is a win. So glad for Lays. Exactly, yeah, a win's a win, and that is what matters. Grat says, good night, everyone. Now it's time for some Taskmaster. What's that? Is that a TV program, is it? Yeah, I mean, so we are back. We may well be back on Sunday for the Arsenal men's game against Chelsea. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to have a chance to do that. I've set it up as a stream, so we'll see. We are definitely back on Monday night, Arsenal women's show. Slightly different night this week because we want to look back on the 2 Merseyside games and, of course, preview the Champions League Real Madrid away, which is on Tuesday. We'll be here for that early kickoff, 5:30. We'll be here. It's a 5:45 kickoff. So come and join us for that because that is going to be good. And of course, next week we will have the women's show again on a Friday. So 2 women's shows for you next week. We'll be looking back on the Real Madrid game and looking ahead, of course, to Liverpool, which is on Saturday evening, that game at the Emirates. That's going to be good, isn't it? Jerry says, time for revenge against Liverpool. Yes, that is what we want, my friend. Matthew says, adios to all. Yeah, and yourself, my friend. We will see you very, very soon. So we'll be definitely back Monday for the Arsenal women's show. We may be back Sunday for the men's game. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it. So we'll see. But anyway, we'll be back very shortly, of course. It was a good win in the end. Everton won, Arsenal 3. We'll take that all day long, won't we? We will take it all day long. We're up to 2nd place in the table. That looks good, doesn't it? 2nd place is lovely. That's what we like to be. Obviously, it's not quite as good as 1st, but you know, it's an improvement, isn't it? And can we hold off Manchester United? It's only goal difference at the minute that we're above them on, but that last game of the season is going to be crucial, you feel, isn't it? When Manchester United visit the Emirates, that's going to be a massive game. Anyway, we've got a massive game on Tuesday, Champions League, first leg of the quarterfinal, Real Madrid away. We need a positive result in that game, don't we, to take back to the Emirates. A win, even a draw will do. as we've seen in the past, even a narrow defeat wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world, but I think we can go there and get a result. I think we can at least get a draw. We'll look ahead to it properly on Monday with Andreas and the panel. It's going to be a good show, that, so make sure you join us for that. Thank you very much for joining me today. As we always say on a Friday at the end of the women's show, the weekend can now officially begin, because we have finished and Arsenal have won, and that always is nice. We haven't had too many good results on a Friday before, have we? So there you go. Grat says, you don't know what Taskmasters? I don't know. The programme with all those tasks tasked, a grumpy host and his jokester of a bystander. No, I don't know. I don't watch TV, if I'm honest, unless it's sport. I don't really watch like mainstream TV. I'm sorry, but I don't. Anyway, Terry says, Mr. Thanks again. Have a great weekend and see you soon. Indeed, we will see you very soon. Joe says, United got one back. Yeah, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because it's in stoppage time. Male Letizia was with that goal in the last minute. Too late for them, but it's not too late for us. We are up to second place in the table tonight. 2 goals from Leslie Russo, 1 goal from Caitlin Ford. Or was it an own goal? We're not sure. It was given as an own goal by Marion Melger, but it doesn't matter. We've got the 3 points, 3 goals away from home. We are up to second place in the league. Good stuff, good stuff. We needed to bounce back, and we did. We needed a good result going into Real Madrid, and we got it. So hopefully Emily Fox is fit for Tuesday. It's going to be important that she is, because I think she's an important player for us. So let's fingers crossed for her. She did go off injured, of course, towards the end. So let's hope she's okay. Yeah, good win tonight. Up and down performance, good at times, sloppy at times, missed too many chances, but we've got the win and a game that's always a tricky game against Everton, isn't it? So we have to be pleased with that. Greg says, night all, good start to the weekend, extended this weekend with a show Monday. Exactly, yeah. Well, we've got to fit it, and we couldn't do it tonight, obviously. And we can't not have a show looking ahead to Real Madrid, can we? Come on, well, it's going to be good, isn't it? Grant says, well, it's kind of sport. Anyhow, thanks for the stream and company. Take care, folks. Good night. Have a lovely evening. And yourself, my friend. Good to see you. Enjoy your weekend. We're not going to have so much great weather this weekend as we did last weekend, but we'll try and enjoy it. You try and enjoy it too. If we don't see you Sunday for the men's game, we will see you Monday for the Arsenal women's show at 7:30. It has finished here. Walton Hall Park, Everton women 1. Arsenal 3. We are second in the league. How good is that? Come on, let's chase down Chelsea. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Come on, you Gunners. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you soon. Take it easy and yeah, enjoy your weekend.